Fate, 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 fate. Fate, fate, fate. King's memories. Wasn't that the same thing as the last one? I think the last day had something like that as well. I think it was Saber's memories. A red hill covered in corpses and a grey sky. The heavy clouds drifting away announced the end of the battle. I know this scene. This is a scene I've seen many times already. This is one of the battles Saber's experienced. These are the remains of a battlefield so familiar to her, as she is always victorious. After this, she will return to her castle. The people will celebrate her victory and prepare for the next battle. Huh? This is her everyday life. This is but one of the 12 great battles she has gone through. Isn't this the betrayal battle? This is why she does not bear any memories of the victory, but merely accepts it calmly. I think about such random things. This is not a dream, just a cold truth that cannot be changed. From the moment she drew the sword from the stone, she was not human. After becoming a fellow lord like her father, she became a king with many knights. She was called King Arthur or I've read this, haven't I? I swear I have. And the girl who had tried to become a knight had her life turned around. No, it is more correct to say that it ended. That instant the girl with childlike features disappeared, and only the existence permitted was that of the king of knights. Is this just the same thing repeating? She acted as the son of the king. It's because the one to govern many territories and control the knights had to be male. The only ones who knew that the king was just a girl were her father and the mages. She literally carried herself in steel and sealed that truth for all her life. But I didn't realize what that meant. So placed before everything, managed to keep her identity secret. I don't know what suffering she went through, as I'm only watching from a distance. Is this the same day? Time passes. These must be her memories of the 10 years she spent as a king. There's only one thing common in order to all of them. Even on the throne, even in a hallway, even on the battlefield, no one talked to her. Even though the round table filled with the knights' tales of bravo was silent when the king steps in. I don't remember this part. So that's what it meant. She was only idolized. Many knights looked up to on Arturia, who looked like a small kid, and they did not approve of us swearing their swords to her. But because she drew out the sword that they could not, they had to obey her, at least in form. They just accepted the disgrace, believing that it would pass. Even as she drew the sword, she was just a child. Even with the murder's help, she will fall soon enough. When that happens, they need only take the holy sword away from her and reselect the king. That's what most of the knights thought. But the results were different. The knight that just entered adulthood was a king without flaw. She brought peace to the fighting lords and immediately fought off the invading enemies. Of course, it wasn't because of the power of the holy sword. The holy sword only protects the king. It's the king's power that protects the country, and in that way she suppressed the knights with results. The protection of the holy sword works only against enemy swords. It does not rule over people's hearts. She worked hard to be an ideal king, and so the knight had to follow their king. They suppressed their dissatisfaction with the young king as they saw he was perfect. She tried to be an ideal king. Being an ideal king was a condition of their support. There was no room for the human Arturia. The girl determined to be king, a great knight who put out the holy sword, who did not age from that moment on, and who won 12 great battles. The more perfect she was, the more people kept away from her. The longer she stayed that way, the more isolated she became. But this is the exact same thing, right? That was her true identity. It's very strange. But she still did well. No, she did too well. She defeated her enemies efficiently and minimized their victims in battle. But no matter what kind of war it was, a battle will have victims. So she believed that she should make sacrifices before the war to prepare the army and to defeat the enemy efficiently. She would exhaust one village to prepare the army, defeat the invaders before they could damage the land, and save 10 villagers. That was the solution she came up with as a king, and in truth, it was the best policy. But the knights must have been unhappy. For them, only the invaders should die. It was only proper to win without allowing any victims. There's no need to sacrifice one's own territory before a battle. We will win, so there will not be any victims. There will not be any victims, so the king's actions are fruitless. That's what they thought. Of course, that was just for fantasy. Once the battle begins, the knights do not think about their small villages. It was only natural for them to trample over them, as the small village are not what they seek to protect. The knights say it is only natural to be destroyed by the invaders, but it is a great sin to destroy them with our own hands. Of course she knew that, but a king cannot allow her personal feelings to affect her decisions. She kills her emotions to make her decisions, and the knights suppress their personal feelings to obey. And after many sacrifices and continuing victories, the country became stable. The price of that was a revolt against the king. King Arthur does not understand human feelings. One knight said so and left the castle. It's a ridiculous story. Nobody wanted her to be human, but they revolted against her because she didn't have human feelings. Sand was this. The age of chaos continues. The knights who had been dissatisfied with the king for some time became more dissatisfied after that one knight left. They pushed all problems onto her and cornered her. Ruin was in sight. Death if she could not solve all the problems. Even if she did solve them, then the result would be the same. But such trivial things are no concern to a king. Her mind will not change even if she is abandoned, feared, or betrayed. Probably because she has a mind made up long ago. She abandoned her emotions for the moment she decided to pull out the sword. A scene from a few years before, knights from all over the country gathered to pull out the sword in the stone, but nobody could pull it out, and the knights were desperate to choose the most superior king by competing jousting skills. The knights went to the arena and forgot about the sword. It felt like watching a festival from a distance. In the distance, all the brave sounds of the cavalry, the roars of the knights, and far away, and there is no one around the stone. But what did the girl think before that? Before she realized an unknown mages was standing behind her. You should think this through before you grab that. He says he is not trying to frighten her, but that she should stop. You will not be human once you take hold of that sword. He also said that she would be resented by all humanity and die a miserable death. She could not have been without fear, because the mages showed her the end she would face if she took the sword. Well, he didn't show her, he just said it. No, but that just made the girl more determined. She nodded firmly, even when she was shown her future. The mages asked her if she is really fine with that. Many people were smiling. I do not believe it will be a mistake. She takes the sword. The mages turns his back. Oh, did he actually show her? A miracle has a price. In exchange, you will lose the thing most important to you, and leaves us, what is this? Prophetical? No, prophetic word. Pacific. No, I can't say it. That's right. The girl only wanted to protect everyone, but to do so she had to throw away the emotions of wanting to protect people. Because one cannot protect a country as a king if one has human emotions. She accepted it and pulled out the sword. She accepted it and swore to live as a king. So her heart would not change even if she was abandoned, feared, or betrayed. She threw away her heart. Okay. Am I gonna have to see this dream every single day from now on? The young girl decided to protect in exchange for it. Who would ever know of such a sublime oath? She decided to fight, no matter what. I still decided to fight, even if there is inevitable solitary ruin waiting at the end. Huh. And the end was this: the Battle of Camulon. One night, usurped the throne while King Arthur was on a campaign. The country split into two and a war began. In the legend, it said that the knights and chivalry were utterly destroyed. She slashed away the knights that once followed her and attacked the lands she once protected. The knights who sided with her died, and her body was crippled. There was nobody around her. That's normal. Nothing has changed. The only thing is in her heart is her pride as the king. She knew of this end, but she still ran through her life because she believed something of it. She has no regrets. If there is one regret, it is that the country is in ruin. She raises her eyes. She might be able to see the distant castle from this hill, but all that's there is the remains of the battle, a deep forest and a lake she must return to. Yes, the hill she ran through is now a wall she cannot climb over. Strength escapes her shoulders, and for the first time the girl lets let go of the holy sword by her own will. And that is the end. It's only natural for the dream to end there, because that is the end of her memories. So, this is one end that cannot be changed. She worked so hard, she was resented and she was betrayed. No one ever realized that she was loved. She loved the people more than the country, and she was always a merciless king. She was never rewarded or understood. On the red hill of swords, the solitary girl who was always betrayed is about to face death. Huh. I wake up to the sound of the rain. Okay. Do I see that dream over and over now? Like I said, it's morning. I hold my shaking head and get my body up. It's not 6 yet. Okay. The sound of rain from outside isn't that loud. Am I gonna train again? It's not a shower or a drizzle, but just normal rain. Maybe I'll train, I don't know. I mash my teeth at a sudden headache, but it's only lasts for a few moments. For a moment. Neither the pain nor the image that pops into my head lasts long, but that scene is more than enough to wake my brain. That dream. No, I don't even need to confirm it. That was Saber's past. Yeah, I guess. Wasn't that obvious? It was the end of her life that happened a long time ago that could not be changed. Before I realized it, I'm gritting my teeth. It's making a sound. Somehow I'm really angry. I grit my teeth loudly and suppress the urge to have a fit. Damn it, what was that? Just remembering it makes me mad. Why? I passed that thinking nothing of it, and me thinking the dream was nothing. I don't like it. Did you forget your dream? People do that a lot. I don't know what I don't like about it. I just don't. I hate it. The dream? Oh, that sucks. I don't want that. That life was unfair no matter how you look at it. Such a life is wrong. She only wished for others. She did not wish for anything for herself in return. She worked so hard but no one knew about it. That pisses me off. Why does it piss you off exactly? That's just too unfair for her. That's right. If she worked harder than anyone else, she should be rewarded the most. I don't know about that. She has to be rewarded for all the things she's done. But what can be done now? Can I just tell her that she did a good job? Praise her that she was great? Of course not. Such easy words won't fix anything. I know there's only one answer to win the Holy Grail war. That's right. She is able to be rewarded, her life must be repaid. The girl called Arturia has to become happy in proportion to how much she has fought. But what can I do? My train of thought stops there. I don't know how to make people happy. That makes me realize my own distortions. I've been trying to be a superhero, but all I've been doing is lending people a hand. I believe everyone around me would be happy if I helped others like that. No. I couldn't move forward with pride unless I believe that. Okay. Helping someone and saving someone are essentially different. I can't think of a way to reward Saber because I don't know the difference between the two. The breakfast table is the same as always. Saber and Tosaka must be adaptable as they already seem to be used to Ilia's presence. So what are you going to do, Shiro? There are 3 masters left. It's not like the Holy Grail War can go on forever, so you should start acting, and it's pretty pitiful to always give others the initiative. Indeed. Chisaki is right, my body is fine and Saber is healed. Yesterday should be the last day of rest. You're right, but even if we were to act, it'll be in the evening. We'll do the same things as always while the sun's up. Seriously? Well, I guess it doesn't do any good to walk around randomly when you don't know about your opponents then. You're going to get beat up by Saber again? Training with Saber, that's the usual task and it's natural for a master to prepare for battle. I don't know if there's 3 masters left at this point, but there definitely should not be. When we are training, that comment sounded unpleasant. Well, yeah, I'll get beat up by Saber in the morning. Shiro, you put me in a difficult position if you say that as well. Sorry Saber, I wasn't listening. Speaking of how rudely Rin talks, honestly, what is going on, Saber? You do not seem well today. It's a bit smaller than usual as well. Were you in the shed until late last night? Why don't you make it then? She asked, but Saber's words aren't criticizing. I feel that Saber believes in me. That's why it's even harder to look at her now. If I do, the image of that tail pops into my head. Fine, I shall drive some energy into you later. So, we will train at the dojo today as well. Is that the plan, Shiro? Not Saber, Himance has an attack gen. He knows where I live. Yeah, please, how about you, Ilya? So he's probably dead, right? Me, I'll do the same as yesterday. I don't like getting wet in the rain, so I don't want to go outside. I see that's a big help. I want to stay in the house as much as possible. Going outside is too dangerous. Yeah, I'll consider staying with you if you cooked box lunches like you did yesterday. Seems Ilya liked the box lunch yesterday. I'm a bit embarrassed that she's content with such a thing, but I'm happy if she's happy. Okay. Who you guys gonna attack? Assassin? That's the only place that you know where servant is. So I guess it'll be the same as yesterday. I have something to research, so I'll be in my room. I'll come to my room in the afternoon since I need to talk with you. Research? Yep, I think you'll realize, but Reno Temple has been strange since yesterday. The softer magical energy collection they've been working so hard on, so it's only natural to assume they're doing something. But it seems the master at the Reno Temple is the most troublesome one, so I'll make her familiar and try to find out what's going on. Then should you not concentrate on the search? I do not think there's a need to take take time off to teach Shiro. Our class has already ended. Well, that's just how it is. Sorry, but bear with me. He seems unreliable, so I just can't leave him alone. It's fine if he gets killed by the enemy, but if he dies because he messes up his magic, I'll be ashamed at his teacher. Yes, it is just as you say, Vin. There was something wrong with me. I do not know why I would have thought your lessons were not useful for Shiro. The reason's pretty simple, but it's best not to talk about it. Then good luck with your morning training. He's pretty tough, so it's best to beat him within an inch of his life. Sokka leaves the living room with an absurd comment. It's not absurd. It's pretty much what she's doing anyway. Saber, don't take her too seriously. She's only saying that because you've never beaten her up. I remind her just in case. I don't know why Saber's so happy, but... Yes, I know your body better than her. She replies like that. Okay. Now... What is it? Are you not going to eat Ilya Seville? Oh, is it lunch? You have not eaten a third of what you ate yesterday. Ilya, we must go to the temple, and you shall fight with me. What is wrong? Are you not going to... No, I just can't eat this. I can't eat spicy food. I do not think it is that spicy. The spice is very good with this chicken. I don't like mustard. Just eat it for me. I'll eat your strawberries instead. What are you doing, Ilya Seville? Hey, return that. You cannot have that. We have the apple pie if you want something sweet. Sitting next to each other, the two of them are fighting like close sisters. It's past noon. We three are eating lunch like yesterday. But yeah, the lunch isn't the only thing that's the same as yesterday. The training before this was exactly like yesterday's. It was more awkward today. I don't know how to put it, but my heart starts to beat hard when I see Saber and I can't attack it seriously now. Okay. Saber's also acting strange, yeah, she never... I can do this now, okay. Let's go up? Maybe. She never used to overlook such openings, but now she waits for me to attack, and for a while we just stare at each other. This is not helping. You train whatsoever. You should probably stop doing this then. What's wrong? It's boring if you don't do anything. I renewed my spirits with that and attacked Saber, but the results were the same. If you're playing my half-hearted attack, you would not counter and let me go. As I wasn't attacked, I would face Saber again and charge again, but she would overlook me again. This is not helping you at all. Don't do it. Stop. This strange time ended about 10 minutes ago. At Saber's request, we entered the lunch break and we're eating lunch now. The menu is the same as yesterday, a sandwich, but I couldn't just make the same thing as yesterday, so I elaborated on the ingredients and it seems they really like it. It is in high spirits and Saber caught her breath faced with the multicolored sandwich. I'm just guessing, but I think Saber must have been getting ready. Anyway, it's much louder today than yesterday. Why is that? It's raining outside and the floor is cold. It's cold wood, but I think this feels like a picnic. Okay. Geez, that's enough, Ilya Seville. Your clothes will get dirty like that. That happened because you tried to bite into one like Shiro. Your mouth is so small, so I think you should eat more slowly. You're the one who doesn't understand. It's even more impolite to worry about manners at a lunch like this. This is a picnic, so acting like this is correct, right, Shiro? Ilya munches on the sandwich happily. Saber wipes Ilya's mouth. Haha, that's tickled Saber. Okay. It's a bit surprising. It's not just Saber as Ilya. Trust Saber's more than she did yesterday. I am surprised you do not reject me, Elise Surreal. Why? I like being treated kindly. Yeah, if anyone touches me, I'll kill them, but I'll forgive you since you're pretty. And you're someone to eat lunch with. If you like me, I like you too. Ilya says so simply. Saber looks at Ilya dumbfounded. Ilya's smile was a surprise attack even for me who was watching from the side. So are they not gonna help in the Holy Grail War anymore? I don't know, they aren't talking about this. What, this isn't fun for you, Saber? I think Shiro would want her to help, but she seems pretty powerful. Well... I'm having fun, it's raining outside, this place is too simple, and I have none of the things I wanted. But being here is fun, it's much warmer than being alone, right? But you're not having fun. She must have felt this something in Ilya's smile. Saber lets out a deep sigh and stares at the white girl. You're right. Being like this is fun for me as well. A clear voice. She smiles in a way I've never seen before. Okay. I wonder when Tosaka is gonna give me instructions. But not instructions, gonna give me information about the temple. My heart feels warm for some reason. Oh, okay. That smile was good. That smile was for herself. It's a smile for watching over someone's safety, but a smile because she's happy herself. Shiro, why are you making that face? Did something good happen? Nothing good happened at all. No, it's nothing. Wait, was I making a strange face? Yeah, you were. It was like a fatherly face, like you're watching over us from afar. I don't like faces like that. I don't understand what she's talking about, but does that mean I was smiling? I see, well, something good happened, so maybe I was grinning. Something good? Yeah, I like that kind of smile you just made. I was just glad to see it. I do not understand. You like such a thing? Yeah, it seems I like seeing that kind of expression on you. Okay. Saber nods, still not understanding. And then, Tosaka? She must have realized something as she smiles and raises her head. I see then, it is the other way around. What do you mean? I am happy if you are smiling. It is enough for me if you keep smiling. Okay. I can't look directly at Saber. I bet anyone would overhear if they were smarter like that. Can we talk about the Holy Grail War? So I calm myself down and sneak a peek at Saber. No. Saber's returned to eating with a calm face. There's no uneasy expression. There's nothing to worry about, but something is nagging at the back of my head. Is it the Holy Grail War, or is it the lamps? I'm happy you were smiling. Yes, with that smile I saw for the first time, she was saying something entirely contradictory. Hmm? How's it contradictory? I listened to the rain into Saka's room. Today we performed a physical examination like yesterday, and I just took the medicine Saka prepared for me. Checked the magic circuit throughout my body. I guess it really isn't possible to do anything more since they'll require a more appropriate environment. I don't care about that, but I don't want to sit here doing nothing. She told me not to move for a while to see the results, but I can still talk. Saka, may I? I call out and still meditating. Hmm? Fine, what is it? It's about Saber. I don't know how I should put it this, but... Saying that, I realize I haven't thought this through at all. It's not even what can I do for Saber. I haven't even thought about what I want to do with Saber. I'm just wondering what she wants to do. Come to think of it, she never did anything because she wanted to, right? So... You don't know what Saber's thinking about? No, that's not it. I just don't understand why she's so unselfish. Yeah, I don't know what to do about that. Well, you're right. The only thing she's done voluntarily is protecting you. It's only natural for someone to do that, but it's hard to understand when it's so thorough. But that doesn't mean she's totally unselfish, because Saber's protecting you for her own objectives. Oh, that's right, I forgot about the reason she became a servant. The Holy Grail War, you forgot about it? You know Saber's gonna disappear after the war, right? I see, Saber's goal is to obtain the Holy Grail, so it's not like she has no objectives, and that Holy Grail would grant the wish of its possessor. So Saber at least has a wish she wants granted. I don't know what it is, but it's a wish she wants granted, even if it means becoming a servant. Surely the wish must be to save herself. Yeah, for example, she's here in this time so she can stay here and live second life with the power of the Holy Grail. I don't think that's no matter she has to go that far to make up for her sad end. Oh, then this is so easy. Or you just have to win the Holy Grail war. You're weird. Suddenly getting all energetic. Was the conversation that excited? Yeah, it gave me energy. Yeah, she wouldn't fight so hard unless it was for that. Because Saber has to fight for her own wishes. I nod to myself. The talker must have been shocked by my reaction. Emiashka, I'm sorry to interrupt while you're so happy, but you're wrong. Saber wouldn't fight for herself. You know that too. Saber isn't like that. She doesn't seek the Holy Grail for her own benefit. Or what are you basing that on? I can't finish. That's right. Her last moment was a lonely one because she had no wishes for herself. So Saber cannot be seeking for her own salvation. But still, I wanted to think that, so I distorted her personality for a moment. The conversation stops. Oh, okay. Are we going to talk about the temple? As soon as I start to think that a heavy silence will continue. This is boring, but Archer said the same things about you. Archer, you mean that Archer? Yeah, I asked him what his wish was too. What do you think he said? It's not good asking me that. I don't know anything about him. As Archer said that we would eventually be enemies, he had no effort to talk to me or Saber, but still, he was sarcastic a lot, but I know he wouldn't have done a stupid objective. You'll laugh when you hear it. When I asked him what his wish was, he said this. How about world peace? I just burst out laughing. Then he got him and said, I knew you would laugh. Well, there's no meaning of salvation by the deeds of others. Let's just call this a funny story. I just thought he became a heroic spirit and got summoned by someone like me, because that's the way he is. I see. He didn't look like it, but he was a fine knight. But don't get me wrong, if it's the Holy Grail would truly grant any wish, permanent world peace is the worst wish ever. It means there's nothing right. A world without conflict is dead. If things aren't moving, all they do is rot. Did you say that? Did you say that to Archer as well? I did, and he said that's how the wise think. I feel the same way, but I am still chasing a foolish dream. Well, I asked him if he had any other wishes, and he said something like, I do, but it is not a wish to use the Holy Grail on. I shall let you grant your wish in my place. It was so snobbish, right? I bet he was a scared chaser when he was alive. I didn't get the impression from him, so what about it? Nothing, I just meant that there are all different kinds of servants. Oh, I see. Well, I think it's a good reference, so it did help me out a bit. Well then, now it's my turn. I'm going to talk about Saber as well, enough. Oh yeah, you were saying this morning that you wanted to talk to me about something. Is it about the temple? You said a bit about Saber. Yeah, it's nothing big, I'm just wondering about it. Do you know the legend of King Arthur? The legend of King Arthur? I've had it forced upon me more than enough in the last couple of days. Yeah, I know most people do. Well, I didn't know that King Arthur was a girl. Yeah, but sex doesn't matter here. Even if King Arthur was a girl, it makes no difference to the legend. If King Arthur hid the fact from everyone around her, she would be treated as a man even if she wasn't one. Fortunately, King Arthur had a magus called Merlin, and he was crossbreeding with an incubus. He was crossbred with an incubus, so it must have been a piece of cake for him to disguise King Arthur's sex or to arrange for a child that should never have been born. I bet so. What concerns me is the discrepancy between a legend and Saber. Emma-kun, do you know what Excalibur is? Why ask now? Excalibur is a symbol of King Arthur. It's a great sword, a gift from the fairies that can cut through anything. That's what I thought. For some reason, Tosaka acts like she's won. Did I say something strange? You did, and that means you made the same mistake as King Arthur. If Merlin was here, he would yell at you for being foolish. Why? The sword in the stone wasn't Excalibur, right? That sword broke. He later received a sword from the Lady of the Lake, and that was Excalibur, right? Yep, when King Arthur received Excalibur, Merlin asked this question. Your Highness, which do you think you'd like better, the sword or the sheath? King Arthur answers with hesitation that he likes the sword, but Merlin scolds him. please make no mistake, the sword slashes the enemy, but the sheath protects you. As long as you have the sheath on you, you will spill no blood and take no wounds. You should truly value the sheath, not the sword. Sokka imitates King Arthur and Merlin skillfully. You're pretty into this. So what are you trying to say? What is Jill with the sheath? You don't understand what I've told you this much. In other words, King Arthur is immortal. Excalibur is a perfect Noah Phantasma both in offense and defense. So really, Saber should heal right away even if she gets hurt. Just like Saber's wounds have all been healing. That's true, but it seems like her healing comes from using a great amount of magical energy. Anyway, it doesn't seem to match the sheath of Excalibur in the legends. I see, well if you say so. Then I have a question. You say King Arthur is immortal there, so then how did he die? The legend ends with King Arthur's death, right? Huh? Yosaka opens her mouth dumbfounded. After freezing for a few seconds, she grits her teeth and looks away. That's right, the sheath of Excalibur was stolen. Yeah, that's a simple mistake. I forgot about it too. The fall of King Arthur started when he lost his sheath. He should never have lost. Are you convinced now, Tosaka? Yeah, you can laugh at me if you want. She's lying. I can tell that she intends to axe kick me if I laugh. It's fine if you understand, but why were you worried about it? It should be no concern of yours whether Saber gonna get hurt or not. Shut up, I just lost myself in thinking she'd be invincible if that was the case. You and I make mistakes once in a while. This is hard. What is hard? Would it be good for her if I correct her and point out that she makes mistakes often, not just once in a while? Huh. Sheath. By the time the sun sets, the rain has stopped. Based on our conversation during breakfast, we should be going out to town to search for the masters after dinner. But I have to go find out before that Saber's intentions. I need to know why she's fighting. Why is that important? You just need to win the Holy Grail War. But I can't ask her straight on. I have to try to ask her as indirectly as possible. I make up my mind and stand up. Let's go to the living room. I hope I'll be able to penetrate the fortress using the calm before dinner air as a shield. Just hypothetically, what should we do if we win the Holy Grail War? So, since I couldn't come up with any good ideas, I asked her directly. Eh? Huh? They all gave me the same response with different expressions. I'm talking about after we win. I'm saying that what should we do if we win the Holy Grail War? You don't need to explain the question, but what's wrong? Why are you asking? Even though they don't nod, it seems like Saber and Ilya have the same question. I guess it was unnatural to abruptly ask, but I have to play ignorant for now. Well, it just came to mind. There are 3 servants left, so it's not that weird to start thinking about it, right? There's not much time left, and the end is near. Well, you're right. Even you'll start thinking about it in this situation. Even though you didn't start this because you wanted to, I bet you're curious about the reward since you're risking your life. Yeah, I'm curious. I think Tosaka likes to reason things out. I think one of Tosaka's good aspects is to consider anything as a possibility if it sounds reasonable. Isn't that also a bad aspect? Well, just in case though. So, how about you, Tosaka? What will you do if you get the Holy Grail? Ask as naturally as I can. Let's see. I only really thought about winning, so there's nothing I wanted the Holy Grail to grant. I'll get it, but I haven't thought about anything after that. So she's fighting because she doesn't want to lose, huh? Well, I guess so. But I never really thought I'd be right. I'm stunned. You seem to be thinking the most, but you're actually the one thinking the least. Yeah, you want to talk, then what about you, Elias Seville? I don't know, I was just told that the Holy Grail is mine, so I shouldn't give it to anyone. Since it's mine to begin with, of course I don't care about it. Oh, so you're saying the Holy Grail War is more fun than the Holy Grail? Of course, I only came to win, I don't care who uses the Holy Grail. Are they the same? The two glare at each other silently, and there seems to be sympathy I can't understand. Saber doesn't say anything. She must not intend to join this conversation. But no matter how much Saber hates it, I must ask her this question now. I kind of understand your two intent. I try to nod naturally, and then how about you, Saber? Ask Saber. Saber doesn't answer. They must have realized Saber's acting is in a complicated manner as they both stare at her. If I'm counting, there Must be about a minute's silence. I do not need to say this, but it is my duty to obtain the Holy Grail. I do not know how powerful the Holy Grail is, but as long as the Holy Grail it is the Holy Grail, I must obtain it. And of course I would have my wish granted if it can grant it. Wow, that you're saying nothing. She said it. Without doubt, Saber said she has her own wish. I see then, what's your wish? I restrained my pounding heart and asked calmly. Saber doesn't answer. That's fine too. If she cannot answer, chances are that her wish is a selfish one. What is your wish, Miyashiro? Considering Saber's personality, she would hesitate to speak of a selfish wish. So I'd prefer she keeps quiet and not tell me about a ridiculous wish. Such whining fills my head. Is it that hard? Grandfather said that the wish of the servants is to be resurrected into this world. Those servants seek the Holy Grail to live a second life. Isn't that the same for you, Saber? I raised my head at her words. There's no problem if that's Saber's wish, but... No, I have no interest in a second life. My goal is to obtain the Holy Grail. I became a servant as a price to obtain the Holy Grail. I knew that had to be it. And you think I only took that oath pulling out the sword would not seek a second life. Hold on, you became a servant in exchange for obtaining the Holy Grail? You mean the contract when you became a heroic spirit? Yes, in exchange for becoming a servant, I seek the Holy Grail. What? Then you're not a servant summoned to obtain the Holy Grail, but you became a servant by your own will? She must be really surprised as she yells all this and tilts her head, not believing her own words. So, Saber wasn't summoned because she was a heroic spirit, but she joined this battle willingly? But as long as you're a servant, you're respected as a heroic spirit, so you can't interfere with this world deliberately. Then you're well beyond the servant's rule. No, that's not right. Just hold on, I'll work this out. No, you don't need to do so. What you said is correct. I am different from the other servants. I have yet to become a complete servant. What does that mean? Not a complete servant, what does that mean? No, more importantly, what does it mean to become a servant? Saber said she agreed to become a servant as a price for obtaining the Holy Grail. Then that means, hold on, could it be that the servants are forced to fight as the price for obtaining something? No, that is wrong. From the very beginning, servants are special familiars that exist only for the Holy Grail War. Servant is summoning magic that uses the special characteristics of the heroic spirit. They are originally heroic spirits, so they do not have any rules like I was given bread, so I have to work. Yeah, the servant system uses heroic spirits, guardian spirits. They're using something that already exists, so there's no price for the master or servant to pay. But I've heard that before they become a servant, they need to pay a price to become a heroic spirit. Heroic spirits are guardians of the people, right? It's like they work for people even after they die to prevent the destruction of humanity and so on. So to become the guardian, a living hero must make a contract with something. This is the contract of the heroic spirit, a ritual to give their existence to the world after they die. The ones who obtain riches from the exchange become heroic spirits, and after they do whatever they want to as heroes and die, they become servants to pay for their riches. So in other words, they go into debt to become a hero, and repay the debt when they die by becoming a heroic spirit. We summon servants by stealing their liberty from the world. So humans become spirits by contracting with something and they're summoned as heroic spirits after they die to pay for being a hero? And the conditions of the exchange that Saber made is the Holy Grail. As Saber obtained the Holy Grail in her life, she became a heroic spirit after she died as a price. That's not right. Saber says her objective is to obtain the Holy Grail, but she should have already obtained it because she became a heroic spirit for the Holy Grail. No, Shira, I have not yet obtained the Holy Grail. Otura, King Arthur's wish was to obtain the Holy Grail while she lived. I had to obtain the Holy Grail before I died, so I agreed that I would become a heroic spirit after I died if I could obtain the Holy Grail. As Vince said, humans make contract with the world to become a hero, receive powers beyond human and pay for it with life after death. But I did not need the help of the world to become a hero. Fortunately, King Arthur needs no support to become a hero. She didn't need support to become a hero, so Sarah became a hero by her own powers. But you're a hero as a heroic spirit. Does that mean King Arthur requested a different exchange from the world after he became a hero? Yes, I needed the Holy Grail in my final moments. I cannot stand not having the Holy Grail. I wish appeared that I needed to have granted. This is why I made a contract of the heroic spirit, that if I could obtain the Holy Grail, I would wield my sword as a heroic spirit after my death. In her last moment, she wished for the Holy Grail's miracle. I understand how she feels. That bloody hill, a grave of many swords and the many corpses of knights. Alone, a king who reigns ended in betrayal. Her final last moments were too unfair. And if she had no wish on her own before then, she must have thought that I can't die here. I don't want an end like this. So if she wishes to prolong her life, she shouldn't be embarrassed about it. I see. So you became able to obtain the Holy Grail by selling yourself off after death. But Saber, you're conditioned to obtain the Holy Grail while you were alive, right then? Yes, I could not complete my search for the Holy Grail while I was alive. I, King Arthur, could not obtain the Holy Grail even at the very end. The contract cannot be completed like that. For the one to obtain me as a servant, it must be grant the Holy Grail while King Arthur is alive, so King Arthur will not die until she obtains the Holy Grail. No, King Arthur cannot die. Then yes, time stopped for me, King Arthur, at the moment of death. According to the timeline, I should be already dead, but it will not be able to fulfill the contract that way. King Arthur is summoned as a servant and must die after she obtains the Holy Grail. So time itself isn't stopped, but your time is stopped in time. It doesn't matter how many times you repeat the fight as a servant, because the result of obtaining the Holy Grail and fulfilling your contract is determined, so that is correct. Eventually I will obtain the Holy Grail and fulfill the contract. That is why I can be summoned into many ages before I become a heroic spirit, on the condition that my becoming a heroic spirit is already predetermined. Not only the Holy Grail in this town. If there is a chance to obtain the Holy Grail, I will be summoned to any battlefield. And when I eventually obtain the Holy Grail and grant my wish, my stopped time shall start moving again. King Arthur will face death and become a heroic spirit as a price for obtaining the Holy Grail. So it's like having a dream you can't wake up from, right? Before death, huh? This Holy Grail war is just one of those dreams for Saber, and you'll only be able to wake up when you obtain the Holy Grail. Rin, you said that Shiro could not turn me into a spirit form because he is inexperienced, but that is wrong. I cannot become a spirit because I have not died yet. I am handled differently, but I am still classified as a living being. It was the same in the last Holy Grail war. Saber says so as if apologizing. I guess because she was lying about being stuck in physical form because I was inexperienced. I don't really care about that. There's something more important I have to ask her. Saber, what do you mean by you're not dead yet? I understand you won't die until you obtain the Holy Grail. From the conversation, I understand that you haven't been alive since the time of King Arthur. Or she's gonna die when she obtains it, right? But then, what are you right now? You're not a copy of the real body, right? No, heroic spirits that are summoned are all like copies of the true body, but I have not yet reached that rank. Until I obtain the Holy Grail, I am caught in this form of myself, about to die. As Vin said, King Arthur is stopped in the river of time. I must jump forward or backwards from that position and return to that stopped point once I obtain the Holy Grail. Oh. I drew a diagram in my head. Arthur dies. Summoned. I drew, okay. I see it's pretty simple once I visualize it. King Arthur is stopped at the moment before death. What is this dot? The flow of time doesn't stop. Doesn't care that she died, that she stopped. It keeps flowing and we're at the present. She jumps to each time as she needed and returns to her own time after completing her duty. If she obtains, is that the Holy Grail? If she obtains the Holy Grail in one of those times she visits her time will flow again and she will die, just like the history we know today. Person A becomes a hero and dies, removed from the time access cycle of rebirth. Then heroic spirits must exist like this. When they die, they are transferred to a place like a warehouse where time doesn't flow. And they are summoned to various ages and disappear without returning. Disappears after summoning, real body is unaffected. So that must be what they mean by heroic spirits being a copy. It's like a clone made from their DNA. The heroic spirit that has complete abilities and memories of when it's alive will appear in this world and learn many things, but is useless. They have no way to return to their main body but merely disappear, so that no matter how many times they're summoned to the same age, they have no inconsistencies. They'll have no inconsistencies in their memories. I assume the ones that become her spirits will not change anymore. Saber keeps the memories though. Even if they obtain new knowledge, the self that learns it will disappear once the duty is complete. In that regard, Saber isn't a complete servant, because Saber returns to her own time even after she is summoned to the self that is about to die on that bloody hill. Hold on. Then what? You're going to take it back to your time and use it if you obtain the Holy Grail? That's altering the past. Time travel and management of parallel universes is sorcery. There's no way you'll be able to do that. But the Holy Grail allows me to do this. I made a contract that would become a servant if I could use the Holy Grail. The price of being becoming a servant, even if it means the elimination of the person called Otura. Saber talks without much interest, but that's strange. Making a wish come true using the Holy Grail, that's fine. But why did she say Otura will disappear as a result? What are you talking about? Otura will disappear when she uses the Holy Grail. Don't mess around. Saber, the girl's about to die quietly alone in the hill. Not going to use the Holy Grail to save yourself? What do you mean, Shiro? My only desire is to save my country from ruin. What? What? How could this happen? Say Shiro. I can sense that my face is frozen. I should already have realized this, but my mind is spacing out and I feel like throwing up. Why? But still, I posed my question out. It is obvious. I could not protect my country. I became a king to protect the country, but I could not fulfill that duty. I thought at that time. Then perhaps the sword chose me by mistake. That's stupid. Why? No, I always had such doubts. There might not be the right king, that there might be another hero who should have been chosen. At that time when I put up the sword, there must have been a super king who would have been able to save the country. I could not. So if I could redo the selection of the king using the power of the Holy Grail, then what? Does he mean that her country would not have been destroyed if she returned to that time? I don't know about that. I feel faint. I'm quickly surpassing mere anger that Saber would seriously wish for such a thing. I guess I'm dumbfounded right now. It's only natural. Saber's wish is not for herself, and on top of that it means her elimination. The gun in front of me exists because the Holy Sword was Zeb, and because a king pulled it out. But that would mean that the gun in front of me would not exist. I guess. Would it also mean that you would die, since you did that servant thing that you couldn't save you then? Let's say she grants her wish using the Holy Grail. The girl, a true never becoming king, would live her days as a knight. But what about the Saber in front of me? As she's a rogue spirit, she will continue to be summoned to fight after her wish is granted. Since she's paid a price to obtain the Holy Grail, Saber will continue to be, even if Atura doesn't become king, taken away from the future and from the past. She'll forever be the lonely king dying on the hill. Ridiculous. I can't allow that. There's no salvation there. Even if she did do everything, and there really is a more appropriate king in her country lasts long as a result, and even if she is saved, it's a lie. Even if everything around her is happy, then years she fought can't disappear. How can we do research the temple? No, you can't do that. You can't redo things and it's useless to even to try. Why is it useless? Shiro, don't use the Holy Grail for such a thing. You're going to obtain the Holy Grail by fighting yourself, right? So you should use that miracle for your own sake. As I have told you, I will not use it for myself. Otura must fulfill her duty as the king. So why don't you understand? Don't be ridiculous. You already fulfilled more than your duty. You fought that much already. You didn't get up. You didn't give up even when you were betrayed or feared. You didn't let go of your sword until the very end of that hill. So why do you have to keep making such promises even after you die? Saber is astonished. Oh, it's too late to regret what I've said. I shouldn't have admitted that I see Saber's past in my dreams. A heavy silence. There are no words to give, nor my words to reply. I can sense that anything I say will backfire in this situation, but still, I can't stay silent. Saber, I don't like it when people aren't rewarded for their hard work. It's meaningless that way, and it's just too unfair. I know it's just childish ideal, but I believe that people will be happier the more they work for it. I won't lose to other masters. I'll obtain the Holy Grail for sure. So please grant your own wish. If you do, I'll actually be able to find some meaning in this stupid war. That's the conclusion I've reached. I don't know what the Holy Grail is for, nor if it's a right to obtain it. But if Saber will be saved even a little, I'll be able to try with all my powers. Oh, the lights turned off. Nice. A loud, a loud bell rings out and the house falls into darkness. Is this assassin? Took him long enough. The surrounding air changes immediately. Even though the lights suddenly went off, nobody says a thing and tries to feel the surroundings. The loud ring stops and the living room is silent. It could also be, Lancer, but the sound of the uh, light things rubbing against each other can be heard in the distance. As I alarmed the banshee feel of the house, I nod silently. The sound is, is the same as when Lancer intruded. Then this must be. The sounds are increasing and coming closer. A strange sound. It reminds me of bugs crawling around a light trap. This is the living room. Is the only place free of the sound. It hasn't even been a minute yet since the lights went out, but the living room is surrounded by this unknown sound. An enemy, but even for a servant this is. There's too many of them. Mages too, even if I'm a bad one. I can sense that many sources of magic energy surrounding this place. Skimming quickly, I can at least count 20, but they are strangely light. I don't feel any human will. The things making the sounds are like empty puppets. Oh, so they did not. So they did come. They were running away all this time, but they came out as soon as Berserk was gone. Wait, this servant is a schemer. Oh, unlike the three of us who are tense, Ilya is strangely calm. You can tell, Ilya? Is this it's Casta? Of course, I can sense that the sun's the one outside is Casta, and there are a lot of other things out there too. Oh, they're just cheap golems bound by dragon teeth. Ilya says simply, and then the sound stops at the same time. I take the sword from the sword I keep in the living room. The Sark and Saber seem to be waiting for me to make a move. Oh, okay. Let Saber take care of Casta and protect the other two while here. Or go with Saber. Uh, Saber, you do the work. I don't care. Let Saber take care of Casta. There are no servants left that can beat Saber. And most importantly, Saber has advantage against Casta. Saber, you're going to die and I'm going to lose. But I don't care. Saber has a strong magic resistance and so she is the ultimate natural enemy of Casta and Mages. Saber, can you go? I know going with you is the right choice, but whatever. Yes, I should go if it is Casta. Your judgment is correct. Alright, we'll defend the space. You can concentrate on beating Casta. Hear a strange sound. It is the sound of Saber slashing away Casta's familiars in the hallway. They're increasing 20, 30, 40. Hey, even if they're weak, that's too many. There's no problem at all. There's no way some fake dragon will you'll be able to incinerate be the incarnate of the dragon. Even 100 of them would be no match for Saber. The sound moves off into the distance. Perhaps it was saturated by Saber, but the presence around this place is lessening. As Ilya said, it seems Casta's familiars can't stop Saber. They must not be entering the living room because they have their handfuls with Saber. Just like how Saber found Casta, Casta quickly gathered all of her familiars back to her, but I guess this is it. If Ilya's words are true, this battle will soon end. She won't lose in a one-on-one fight. She may lose. And I'm thinking she may, that's why I picked this one. As Saber has no need to protect us, she should slash Casta away easily. You look depressed. You seem unhappy even though this battle's almost at an end. You too, Sasaki, you don't like this. Yeah, everything's going too well. Even if Saber is stronger than Casta expected. I wonder if Casta came and attacked us without a backup plan. That's right. Casta came to this mansion willingly. If Casta knew a master was here, Casta also should know what servant is here. Saber, her natural enemy, is here. If Casta continues to attack in spite of that would mean... Yeah, it's a trap, yeah. The sound stopped earlier. What happened to Casta's presence? It disappeared. The familiars are still there, but the only remaining servant remaining is Saber. The familiars are still there? Shiro, your hand. Huh? I look at my left hand. Did Saber die? Yay. I lost. What does that? What does it mean? The proof of the contract, the command spell has disappeared. Shiro, did you use a command spell? No, I didn't use it. What's going on? Saber should have defeated Caster with no problem, so why did my command spell disappear? Now the disappearance of the command spell doesn't mean the end of the contract, so I shouldn't panic too much. The command spell is there to control disobedience silence. I never needed it to with Saber, so even if it goes away, Saber and I will be doing just fine. Saber's coming back, she'll be here soon. Oh, that's not good. What are they doing? Saber's coming back, so why? So why do they have to be on guard like that? The door opens, Saber enters and attacks us. No. She steps in holding her chest in pain. Saber. I run to her. Saber, are you dead? So I gotta get bad, I think. Hold on, Shiro, I can't hear Tosaka's warning. My only concern is Saber's pain. Are you alright, Saber? Where? Thanks for killing me, Saber. What? No, Shiro, run. Saber, stop. Thanks. I wanted a bad, I think, Saber. Slashes from my left shoulder to the waist in a single blow. The brilliant slash numbs the pain, and that mysterious healing power doesn't work against Saber's sword. Saber. My consciousness fades away. Before I die, ellipsing my fear of death is the question of why Saber killed me because I didn't go with her. I knew that was gonna happen, but... I want to go to Tiger Dojo. Tiger Dojo is a strange hint corner. If you would like to beat the game by yourself, or if you would like to keep the character's image, please be warned. I will enter Tiger Dojo. It's nighttime. Oh, it's Saber. Hello. Good evening, everyone. This is the Q&A session to help Shiro when he dies easily from a mistake at the Tiger Dojo. Well, the cause of death this time is... Saber. I guess the lesson that is that you shouldn't let your guard down no matter how dominant your position is. You're a master, so you should control Saber's recklessness. That's wrong. Saber is the one at fault this time, right? Indeed. Falling with Caster's trap proves that she's not concentrating. So true. I bet she was self-conscious when Shiro tried to show off, but she ended up killing Shiro herself. Jeez, her cast has fallen. Drop. Wow. They say she's the most powerful, but she hasn't had that many wins. She's too small and lacking in charm as a lady. Doesn't she seem like a gluttonous power character? Stop turning the lights on and off. Ilias, stop. Saber-chan regrets this. As a samurai, it's not good to be rubbing salt into a wound. I see, Bushido is all about sympathy and no love. I guess it can't be helped. I'll overlook her clumsiness this time. But you have to keep a leash on Saber, because if you don't do that, in the other dead ends. Beg your pardon. Did you hear Ilya? Ouch, Master, why is the corporal punishment? That kind of talk isn't permitted, spoilers aren't good, and you mustn't anger Saber-chan too much. She won't get angry if she gets really pissed off. Somebody almost died after making fun of her. But you mean in day 13, right? That was fun. Day 13? Hey, Tiger, did you just hear a growling sound? I don't hear anything. Yeah, a rival appears. Yeah. What is that? Something weird is riding on something weird. Did Saber kill you? Oh. Okay. So I'll do the actual thingy. Hey, this is what I keep in the living room. Tosaka and Saber seem to be waiting for me to make a move. I go with Saber, obviously. That's how I'm going for a good ending. Even though, because I want to win. It's clear who this enemy is. If the enemy servant is Caster is attacking with troops, there's only one thing to do. It's no good just staying here. Saber, come with me. Tosaka, protect Ilya. Yeah, you guys can obviously protect yourself. I don't know why that was even an option in the first place. Well, now I don't want to look out to win. I don't like it either, but you said you'll listen to what Shiro says, so obey him politely. I don't care. I'll be more helpful than Saber. You should come with us then. Tosaka blindly binds Ilya's arms behind her and puts her hand over Ilya's mouth. Ilya continues to throw out insults. I know I'll protect Ilya, you two go and get Castor while I do so. I'm depending on you, so don't work too hard. Think more about escaping than beating the enemy. Sokka nods back, telling me I don't even need to say it. Turning my back onto Sokka, I hurry out to the hallway leading to the porch. Okay. Saber. Saber. I know I'll protect Shiro. Nodding back to Sokka, Saber follows me. Alright. Oh, it's skeletons. In that moment I doubt my eyes. The sword is swung down at me. An unavoidable strike attacks me, leading for my open head. Okay. I avoid it by twisting my body. I'm hammering it instantly with my wooden sword. I can't believe it myself. My body reacts as soon as my mind understood I was going to die. It attacks me the second time without hesitation, just with mechanical movement. A wasteless accurate attack, but that's all. It's just accurate and it's not refined nor scary. The attack looks foolish compared to those of Saber, and it feels like the touch of a feather compared to berserkers. Repel the attack of my body back to the wall. And in the space I retreat though, Saber's lightning strike smashes down. Shiro, you're alright. Obviously. As you can see, I was scared, but I made it. Do not say you made it. You must follow me in a situation like this. Please be cautious from now on. Saber scolds my carelessness. She's right, but I still want to be following after her. Shiro, are you listening to me? Yeah, I'm listening, but what was that? There's nothing in the hallway. The strange thing that was blown away by Saber's attack has vanished like an illusion. As Ilya Seville said, they are warriors made by using a monster's body as a catalyst. It seems more like a golem than an automaton. But the quality is low, there should be no problem even if they're surrounded by such things. More skeletons. Where were they hiding? No, when did they get this far in? Those things like bats, building block, are gathering with spider-like movements. On top of that, they aren't the only presence I feel. Many more bones are surrounding this mansion. Shiro, to your side. I jump away from the wall instantly. Oh. I have no top head. Damn, I slashes the bone sliding up to me. After that, Saber smashes away the bones to protect my back. The bones move in with loose movements and all attack in the same way. It's hard to repel them, but the house gets destroyed by every attack. That's not good. No, and only I have swords. With the strengthening magic on it won't last too much longer. I don't want to think about it, but the number of these bone creatures might be infinite. We might continue this skirmish until we collapse. Damn, where the hell are they coming from? I can play with my back to Saber. No matter not many bone creatures are coming for me. They must be coming from the inside of the house, but most of them are coming from the yard. Saber is dashing away the ones coming in from there. Their goal is the living room. As Ilya and Sokka in the living room, Saber is busy dealing with the ones heading there. Saber readies a sword. My sword isn't invisible now, maybe there's no need to hide it, but the golden sword is going to show off its power. Hold on, Saber, don't use Excalibur. I don't care if my house gets blown away. I do mind, but there's other houses around. You should know what will happen if you use it here. I yell while parrying away bones in front of me. I will obey if it is your order, but it is too troublesome to face. There's a large number of enemies we shall be put in danger if we don't sweep them all away. Saber's dumb. Why would you do that? You know they're like familiars, right? Then we'll get the whole army if we get the one controlling them. Saber, can you search for Castor's presence? No, we need to search. Castor is out in the yard. It seems Castor is luring us as the presence is not concealed. I don't care, let's walk with the temptation. We'll try her out first if we continue like this. I do not mind, then shall we go to attack Castor? The yard is right there. The Castor is in the yard, it shouldn't be too hard to get there. But that means reducing the defense. It's fine now since Saber's here, but the defense holding the bone creatures off will go away once Saber goes out of the yard. I should. What is this? What did Sokka say? The sound of glass breaking. His sounds of fighting in the living room. No, Chill, please give me an order. There is no time to be indecisive right now. Either way, we're making the situation worse by delaying this decision. Look at Caster. I told the doctor to take care of Ilya. Oh, that? Yeah, they can take care of themselves. Now let us go, Master. I entrust you with my back. Run smashing away the swarming bone creatures. It looks like a snow plow driving through snow. The bone warriors vanished without even being able to approach Saber. Are they like snowflakes? There's so many scattered bones, I feel like I'm in a snowstorm. Saber on a tiger. Man, she told me I'd have her back, but there's no need to protect her like this. She, more than makes me realize how clever a swordsman she is. Saber charges without a word. Foundation for all those bones, to defeat the unseen sick servant that has invaded this mansion. Saber stops. The swarming warriors cannot be seen anymore. This must be the end of... As someone is standing there, a distorted figure. The figure wearing some kind of robe cannot be seen, as if only that spot is muggled in black. A black shadow, okay. I'm assaulted by an unknown unease the instant I look at it. But you are Saber, I see. You are certainly capable of defeating Berserker. Our troops will not even slow you down. The figure snickers. It seems the thing in black is the master of the bone servants, Servant Caster. But no master? I don't see any master near the figure. Is Caster the same as Dancer, that the type to take action away from their master? Is your contract gone? Saber asks him pleasantly. Yes, he was not a suitable master for me, so I made him disappear. I don't know what kind of expression the black robe is making, but Caster answers in a cold voice. Made him disappear? Master killer, then your master is already dead, but there's no problem with that, Saber. We are soul eaters, correct? There is an abundance of magical energy sources. What remains is, yes, if I obtain the Holy Grail, there will be no worries for me. So you wish for revival into this world as well? I do not know which heroic spirit you are, but you threw away your pride for that. Oh, so you do not feel that working for humans is throwing away their pride? Throwing away your pride? I just could not stand that. I do not wish to be anyone's servant, but I just want to become the user. You have no grounds to criticize me. I would assume so. I have no interest in your ill acts. Saber's body inclines a little. There's about 10 meters to Caster, so we should be able to be able to close in on Caster in under one breath and slash Caster away. How dangerous. I try to come and talk, but you act like there's nothing to talk about. Oh, tease on you, you know. I have nothing to talk to you about. Die here in grace. Saber intends to kill Caster. I won't oppose. I can only smell blood on Caster. I bet what Caster said about killing her master is true. This raid was also intended to kill everyone here. There's no reason to stop Saber. I thought Caster won't even be a match for Saber. I can send Caster's ability. Caster is the weakest when it comes to one-on-one combat. In this situation, Caster cannot do anything but fall to Saber. Don't do it, Saber. But I just can't shake off this strange uneasiness. This isn't like the hopeless premonition of death like with Berserker. It must be psychological hatred or an alarm against something bad. My left arm throbs as it tell me Saber shouldn't go near that thing. I hesitated too long. Saber jumps and spins to the black shadow. Oh, it's over. Oh, I can see more of you. The sword shadow smiles. Caster doesn't seem to be panicked about the approaching Saber. I don't know what that is. Caster says something in a language I can't hear and casts something that appeals to the brain more than the words. The world distorts in that instant. The density of the air changes only around Saber. What? A huge impact. The ground sinks and it seems like something large came crashing down into Saber. No way, casting magic without any actions. No, there was a murmur like a spell. Spells can indeed be shorter, and the less of the easier the magic, the shorter one can reduce the spell to change itself. What's again before me is great magic. No mage can express that in one word. Even if it is possible, they would have to prepare catalyst before like Tosaka does. So Caster executed great magic with just one murmur. Caster isn't just on a different level. If that was Caster's magic, that figures no mere mages. Saber is frozen on the spot. Her legs froze as it kicked off the ground. She's bound in space right now, and the air surrounding her transformed into something like clear gelatin. Even if I try to approach her, I'm pushed away by an invisible soft membrane. It seems that this is only around Saber, but as long as her feet are not on the ground, Saber cannot move. I see. It actually took me to lightly Saber. I do not know how good the mage in your age were, but I have lived in the age of gods. My magic must be like sorcery for mage in these times. A laugh comes from the black robe. Saber is still bound in space. I see, so this is really all you're capable of, caster. She spits those words out. Magic resistance, it repels you on my magic. The black robe retreats. After cancelling us casts magic in innocence, Saber dashes with lightning speed, but that timing, she's got it. Don't do it, Saber. I guess don't do it, because I'm guessing you did it last time. Saber raises her sword, she's already within striking distance. No, don't do it, Saber. But I run to Saber as if driven by the pulse of my heart. What? It's kinda weird that I gave the choice as well. Saber suddenly stops. It's not that Caster did something. Saber sells something. Caster stopped herself. You. Saber instantly tries to dodge it, but Caster must have hidden something in the ground as hands of bones burst off the ground and grab Saber's feet. I was not expecting you to have instinctual foresight, but this is it, Saber. A blade searches for Sketter's black robe. Lightning bolt. It's a weirdly shaped dagger. It's thin and brittle, a blade not suitable for killing. This is massive. I guess it's not this big. But Saber detests this blade and Caster swings it as if this is a chance for victory. Saber must be surprised getting her feet grabbed from the ground. She does not even repel the dagger and takes it in astonishment. You... What? I can hear Cass's voice behind me. I can't see what the robe's expression is like. All I could do is stand in front of Saber and take the blade in her place. Yeet. But it wasn't a good job. I didn't have enough confidence to black Cass's dagger straight on, so I figured out it would be certain if I covered Saber and I held out my arms as if to hide her. As a result, Cass's dagger wrenched open my back. Yeet. I stopped myself from crying because of the pain and strengthened my grip on Saber. Shiro? I can't tell what words are being said besides my ear. Get away, Saber, go back. Before I can tell her to jump back, Saber must have understood. My body moves. Saber just jumps back as to shake off the hands coming from the ground and I'm carried with her. Shiro, you're wounded. Saber's voice is urgent. Even though she laid me on the ground softly, the pain in my back just increases. It's like having my back coupled with scissors, then having lead driven into it. But from this pain, it feels like a cell phone is being pushed into the wound. Shiro, please hold on, Shiro. I guess she's not panicking. It's the loud voice of rare for Saber makes me rather calm. Oh, does it? Hey, I can hear you even if you don't shout. This just hurts. There's nothing. Take care of Caster instead. Nodding my head, I point to where Caster should be. Yes, I will finish things right away. Please hold on for a little while. Saber faces Caster once again. But this is no Phantasma, Caster. Saber's voice sounds almost threatening. Huh. Weapon. No. Status. Female 163 centimeters, 51 kilogram, neutral evil. Magic is the best. Territorial creation. Create an area that is advantageous to oneself as a magus, enables the creation of a temple, superior to a workshop. Allows creation of tools that carry magical energy. It even allows for the creation of immortality scum, but the result is only on imitation. Huh. Skills. High speed divine language A allows the activation of magic without connecting the magic circuit or incantating the spells. Even great magic can be activated with just one single action. It's a language from the Age of Gods, so modern humans cannot pronounce it. Okay. Saber's voice sounds threatening. The dark shadow clicks her tongue in invitation and raises the warp dagger in her hand. Yes, it is the blunt as you can see, and it cannot kill even one person. But as you sense, it is a magical charm said to be almighty in one aspect. If you do not wish to touch it, I suggest you do not come near me, Saber. Unless you say so, I can sense less composure in Caster than before. Even as powerful as Caster is, as long as she uses her magic, she won't be able to hurt Saber. No matter what kind of no phantasma that dagger is, it won't do any good against Saber now. You should be able to defeat her without a problem now. I already heard gritting my teeth. Oh, is that fine, Saber? You're certainly corner me, Saber, but who'll protect that man while you do so? I do not think I need to say this, but you're the only one that is immune to my magic. Can you not guess what I will do to that boy if I am cornered? You, Saber says from the bottom of her lungs. Why don't you kill them? The sounds of bones increase, they surround us. Damn, I made a mistake. A mistake. Even if I could have saved Saber, it's pointless if I hurt like this. Not only burden her like this. If it was just Saber, Caster wouldn't even be a match for her. So you said you came here to talk, Caster. What, Saber? Please do not say anything, Master. This is the right choice right now. Are you buying time for the other two? Saber lowers her sword. I think I can hear Caster's laugh amidst the surrounding sounds of bones. I should listen to you, Caster. I may let you go depending on your conditions. Are you sane? I hold your lives in my hands. If you act so boldly, I might just crush you. Do not get me wrong. All you have is my master's high life, not mine. But if you assault that, I will not hold back. If you want to kill my master, I will be sure to defeat you with everything I have before I disappear. The air freezes. Even the bones around Caster are cowed by Saber's words. Fine, I will not do anything to that boy. My target was you to begin with. There's nothing wrong with releasing a master or two. Was I your target to begin with? Right, there's no reason to ignore a hero that can even defeat Berserker. The only remaining servants are me, you, and Lancer. If you become my ally, and Lancer is nothing. Oh, so Assassin is dead? Okay. We are left. The Assassin is already defeated? Who knows? He is not here anymore, so I assume he was defeated. It is only natural for a servant who cannot protect their master to disappear. Assassin was beaten, and the master at Ryudo Temple is no more. I didn't even know his identity, but that means another master has disappeared. The only remaining servants are Saber, Caster, and Lancer, who has not shown himself since that first night. Now this is only useless talk I will engage in. All I want is your no phantasma. Give me your swords if you do not want your master killed. That is useless. I am the only one able to use his sword. The heroic spirit must surely know that only the possessor of no phantasma may use it. Oh, you're right. Then in that case, I will just have to obtain you as well. Whoever is superior in the night, I can persuade it to be on my side, and more than anything, I like you. It'll be fun to control you. Caster sounds rather really delighted. My lance concentration boils up. Nascent. I kick the pain in my back side and get up. Don't be ridiculous. I can't let Saber fully understand Caster's control just because of me. I decided to protect Saber, so I can't stay down with this kind of wound. I place the wooden sword in my hand and swing at the bone creatures surrounding me. No, Shiro. Saber's voice sounds urgent. Oh, if you want to commit suicide, I won't stop you. Caster sounds delighted. Moon. Sound of many bones hitting each other, as if to nullify all other sounds. What happens here? All the bone creatures are swept away instantly by a heavy rain of arrows. Is that Ilya? What? I stand there dumbfounded. The arrows that showered down like rain have disappeared as if they were illusions. But it cannot be an illusion. The swarming bones creatures do not exist anymore. Who is it? Caster looks up. Saber must have already noticed this guy. Saber's looking up at the thing on top of the wall with surprise. Or is this Lancer? He's wearing armor. And he's yellow? There's something unexpected there. The man with his back to the moon is golden. The man clad in gold is looking down at the yard with a cruel smile. You must have instinctively realized that he has destroyed troops as Caster raises her voice. The man does not answer. No, he doesn't even take notice of Caster. He's only looking at one person, the silver knight beside me. Answer, I'm asking you, who are you? Caster's voice sounds emotional, and with that the man finally looks at Caster. It's Lancer, but he's looking yellow. Casa gasped, stared by those red eyes. The man stares cold. That thing is treating Castor as human. Even I can tell from here. It's so natural for Castor to target that stare, to be terrified by that presence. Why are you getting in my way? She asked in a trembling voice. You must know she'll be swallowed if she doesn't say so. Spurt. I don't need to name myself to a mongrel. Get out of my sight, you fool. The man answered with a verdict of death. A snap. When I realized the sound of his fingers snapping, the tragedy has already begun. Why did Lancer get so strong? Many weapons suddenly appear in space and shoot at Castor like a machine gun. Castor raises her arm. Concept of a shield. A film of like glass is created right above Castor. Where has strength equaling Berserker's body, but was it useless because it was made of glass? But like a crystal, it cannot even block one of the shattering weapons and shatters into pieces. A dumbfounded voice, without showing any concern for Castor's question, they pierce the black robe. There's no mercy at all. The robe is pierced with lances. As the robe is blown away, more lances pierce it. A sword into a falling body, an arrow into the arm, falling to the ground, and the axe into a pained head, each become a deadly guillotine. Survival is impossible. Castor is completely cut away and dismembered, and she now looks like a mountain of red meat. Wind blows. The black robe who lost its master floats away, floating away. This shredded robe still barely keeps its form. Now it is all that remains of what used to be Castor. I can't say anything. My strained mind just watches the black robe floating miserably in the wind. In that instant. How insolent, I told you to get out of my sight. Don't even be polite to kill you quickly. The golden man roars in a voice full of contempt. What? This is not an illusion. Black robes twist like a wave, curls black wings and tries to fly away. But it's too late. I don't know what the man did. It's just that a crack ran through the night sky. That dislocation in the sky swallows the black robe. It reminds me of someone getting run over by a steamroller. Ah, the black robe falls. Underneath it is Castor unscratched there. A storm of swords shower onto her. The scream echoes throughout the night. The swords multiply in response to the screams, and the screams get louder in turn. Hands, take it out, please. Lancer. Castor must have regenerative powers like Saber. She cannot die even when a sword is stabbed into her, though her figure is just too miserable. The rain doesn't stop. The weapons each differ in shape, and none of them are the same. And I don't want to admit it, but each of these weapons equal the no phantasma of the servants. And this cannot be. Such a ridiculous number. The merciless ring no phantasmas. Castor struggling under it is just... Am I dying? I'm going to die in such a ridiculous fashion. No, this is too funny. No, this is not true. Oh. Is this, assassin actually? Why do you wear in gold though? And that ends it. Because I don't know there's no phantasma, do I? Actually, no, I do. Is this Lancer then, right? With a black mist hiding Castor, the suns disappear. Then from the cycle of torture that will last forever, lasts only 10 seconds in reality. Through it all, Saber sat as the Golden Knight, standing on top of the wall. Huh. This is a great sin for me and mages to even speak of capturing the King of Knights. It is rightfully mine as I am the king. Such skewing befits the fools pursuing the king's treasure. So long, no see, Saber. Do you remember the decision I made? The man says in an intimate manner. Saber doesn't answer, but her glare is different from before. Why is that face? Are you still not ready? It's been 10 years. That should be enough time to decide. Oh, well, that's only for me. It must be like yesterday for you. Is what a city would make it a man wait. The man laughs happily, but chest is hurting. Partly from seeing that tragedy, but more than that I feel sick when that man looks down and says with such a ridiculous expression, who is this? Will the last Holy Grail war? So there are more mongrels left. Commenting unhappily, the man turns to the mansion. There, on the porch in front of the room, are Ilya and Tosaka. What is that? Ilya looks up at the man as if she sees a ghost. Turning around, she shakes her head, saying it's impossible. Now who are you? You fool, you cannot tell. I'm the heroic spirit you know so well. Liar. Ilya jumps off the porch and glares at the man. I don't know you. A servant I don't know, and shouldn't exist. Well, hold on, Ilya. My call to restrain her comes too late. The cluster of magical energy Ilya releases shoots straight for that man. A clanging sound. The man didn't do anything. A mirror-like shield appears in front of him. It reflects Ilya's magical energy shot. Who is this? Who is this guy? As she fires the magical energy in anger, there's no way she can react to it. Ilya stands dumbfounded before the magical energy she fired. I know there's other people who had this kind of power. That hurts. She is barely saved by Tosaka, who instantly blocks it. I see. It's a strange hyper this time. I assume they have schemed a bit as not to make the same mistakes as last time. The man looks at Ilya, a cold stare like the one directed at Saber, a step comprising good possession. No, I hate you. Ilya is still glaring at the man in by Tosaka. I do not care about your circumstances. Open it quickly. You are the fifth one. The man speaks plainly. What kind of effect does it have? Oh no. Ilya shakes violently and faints. That's it. That's all that shall happen. All Tosaka and I can do is look up at the man. We both understand. He isn't looking at us. We just cast his fate if we raise our voices. But Saber is different. She's staring at the girl knight in a different manner, different kind of silence. Why are you still in this world, Archer? Saber tries to control her voice. Tosaka and I can only be shocked by her words. There needs to be no reason. The Holy Grail is mine. What is wrong with coming to collect what is mine? How foolish. You are not a hero like that. No. First of all, stop. If you say any more, we have to fight. Well, that was my original intent, but I have lost interest. It's better too shabby to celebrate our reunion. Aren't you from the last war? Saying so, the man turns away. He turns his back as if to say he's not interested in us. We shall meet again sometime. My decision has not changed since that time. Be prepared by the next time for our next meeting. The man disappears. With that, the tension in the air vanishes and the yard returns to its usual silence. But that's the only thing that's returned. My home is ruined and Ilya is unconscious. Saber, keeping her back to us, still bears that heavy silence. Huh. Status and weapon screen updated. Having a new archer? No. What, like caster then? No, what was updated? Oh, new archer? Okay, male, 182 centimeters, 78 kilograms. No phantasmus extreme. Magic resistant E. Defense against magics, it can nullify them, but damage is somewhat reduced. It cannot nullify them. Can act without a master independent action. Charisma A. Talent to command and lead great armies. This level, it is not so much strength of character, but more like a curse. A layer we turn down the living room and place Ilya on it. Even though she's unconscious, Ilya's face looks calm and there doesn't seem to be anything wrong with her. Hey, don't look away. The bandage will slide off. She hits my back. Oh, Tosaka, there's no need to treat a wounded guy. That's no way to treat a wounded guy. Shut up, I'm treating your wounds, so be quiet for a while. Here, raise your right arm. I don't think it's necessary, but I'll put medicine on it as well. It's cold. It's fine if you can feel it. Here, we'll wrap this up next. Just carefully wraps the bandages around my right shoulder. Okay. It's past 10. After returning to the living room, Tosaka started to treat my wounds. She's tired, but the wounds are mostly healed, so all that's left is to treat them just for show. Done, but you sure have a strange body. Only vampires have bodies with such healing powers. Are you really human? Vampires are in this world, after all. I think she asked something similar a while ago. Well, I am a normal human being. I don't even know how this is happening, so I can't give you an answer. Don't play with me. Would a normal human be up and running after they had their spinal cord cut out? I asked because it was useful, but it's getting too freaky now. Maybe you're from some place where people can only be killed by decapitation. The worst part is Tosaka is seriously considering that. She might come after my neck one day with an axe in hand. Hey, don't think so. Don't you think so too, Saber? I think you're the coolest, but it's still too far beyond human. Huh? Shiro's healing power is not his own? Of course not. Do you think someone who only knows strengthening magic could use such high-class magic? His absurdity must come from being connected with you. I can only guess that your healing power is flowing into him. Is that so? I have never felt such a connection. If that were the case, my magical energy should be flowing into Shiro even now. More importantly, my healing power is not as strong as Shiro. Saber, why the sudden pale face? Saber staring into space as if she cannot hear Tosaka. No, it cannot be. Shaking her head, Saber looks away. Tosaka and I look at each other. Saber's acting strange. No, I know why. Saber's spirit has been low since that gold knight appeared. Well, let's put the matter of Shiro on hold. More importantly, Saber, did you know that gold guy? He was saying you were his. Saber doesn't answer. There's obviously something she doesn't want to talk about, but I still want to know. We are going to die by him. Tosaka's question is mine as well. Saber, tell me if you know, who was that guy? You called him Archer. Yeah, I do not wish to admit, but I do know him, but it is impossible. There are only 7 servants, he cannot be summoned. Servants, so he's a servant. Well, that's obvious. But in that case, there's a big problem. He is of the Archer class, of course. He's not the Archer whom Win made a contract with. His abilities are different. His abilities and character are too different. I know that too. It only lasted a short while, but I was able to feel how much of a monster he was. Hold on, that's not right. If he's a servant Archer, that makes 8. 7 should be the limit of the servants in a single period. It's not like they restock when some of them disappear after all, even the Holy Grail doesn't have the magical energy to summon more than 7. There's 7 servants because that's the basic limit, right? Then how can they summon an 8th? Hold on. Jerry, you met him in the previous war? Yes, friend, on the last day of the previous war, I fought against him in a sea of fire. My body tenses up for an instant. Saber fought in a sea of fire. It's nothing new. Kotamine already told me that the fire was caused by the Holy Grail War, so this shouldn't be a surprise. It's just I was unconsciously trying not to think about it until now. What happened? Did you beat him? No, I did not. I could not beat him because You were beaten instead. He's someone you couldn't beat even when you were properly summoned. Saber hangs her head and doesn't answer. So, did he give himself a body or something? And she's been waiting for 10 years? That pretty much answers her question. Saber couldn't win. No, not just the imperfect Saber as she is now, but Saber with her full power. Is that even possible? If you look at skills as a swordsman, Saber is certainly invincible. Admittedly, Saber is the weaker against Berserker. But Saber has that Nova Phantasma. Nova Phantasma of other servants are powerful, but Saber exceeds even them. I don't think there's any servant she can't beat with her holy sword. And there's only one possible explanation. He's not a servant summoned in this war, but a servant that remains from the previous war. It only makes sense if that's true. My mind stops. Your mind stops? It's not that I agree with Osaka. What she said matches what I've been hoping for since yesterday. Well, you've been hoping for that people can stay. But that's the only explanation. Only 7 servants can be summoned. Each Holy Grail. If there are any more servants, there must be the winner of the previous Holy Grail war. Am I wrong? A heavy silence. A heavy silence indeed. But why is she not in a good mood? Tosaka, what are you so happy about? Of course I'm happy. There's a precedent. I don't know who he is, but he's the guy who won the last Holy Grail War, right? Then he must have obtained the Holy Grail and he's staying in this world because of its blessing. Precedent. In other words, she's proof that you can keep your servant in this world if you obtain the Holy Grail. I want to capture him and question him about it. Yeah, you're right. I don't know who he is, but he's a servant and he's still here after the previous, war. That means there's a way for Saber to stay in this world like him. We don't know who he is or what his motive is, but I'm sure he's an enemy we'll need to defeat. So Saber, what is his true identity? I do not know. Even at the end, I could not tell who he was. The servant did not have no phantasma symbolic of him. He doesn't have a symbolic no phantasma. That can't be. A servant without no phantasma cannot be a servant. And besides, he was using so many. It should be easy to work out his identity with so many no phantasma. You just need to identify the appropriate hero for them. And let me ask you, did you recognize any of those no phantasmas? Of course, let's see. Tosaka ponders. She thinks about it for a minute, but then she tilts her head in confusion. No way, that's impossible. What's wrong? What's impossible? Is it using every no phantasma? I can't believe it. The bloody one was probably a denser lift, and the one like a sickle was herpy. There was one that looked Chinese, and another one that looked like a Buddhist thing. Zaka looks crazy talking to herself. I guess this is what you call digging yourself a hole. There's too many weapon types. That one was similar to Saber Sword, but it should be different. It seems like it's from Northern Europe, judging from a similar design, but most forms of demonic swords are from Northern Europe, but she starts to grit her teeth. Hey Tosaka, there's no point in leaving her like that. I have to stop her or there'll be some damage. I don't need to add that. That I'll be the one damaged. Tosaka, come back. Jeez, be quiet, Shiva. I'm getting confused because you're bothering me. I'm not trying to disturb you. It's about no phantasma, right? I saw Danisville, Herpy, Dunabel, Java, and Hallibug. Oh, and I saw Galebug. I can identify the Chinese one, but those are the most famous ones, right? You're right. She gathered me an invitation. I'm hurt if she makes a face like that. I'm not knowledgeable, but it just popped into my head. But what does that mean? No hero has that many no phantasma. One point is also all different. I don't understand it. Yes, this is why I cannot tell his true identity. He has an abundance of phantasma. The proofs of a hero. I could not narrow down his identity because he had so many. The two ponder. Well, there's certainly no way to tell if he has that many. It's like he's like a tree hiding in a forest or something. Shiro, do you have any? She glares at me. Yeah, she's definitely talking out at me. Have what? Anything you notice or guess? Anything popped into your head? What we need are unexpected opinions. Only accidents solve a deadlock situation. She might be right. I see you're making fun of me, right? Don't be rude. I just think you're useless. So, do you have anything? Nothing. I give up honestly. Saka groans in regret. I guess. There's only one answer to say, but don't you think they're all fakes? Nothing else can explain it. I feel the same way, however. No, they're not fakes. How did they arrive at that answer? First of all, she wouldn't have been able to pierce Caster with fake no phantasmas. Oh, what do you base that on, Emya-kun? I'm saying they're real, rather everything seems fake. Everything else seems fake. Huh? Well, it's just my intuition. Well, it's hard to explain, but those are all real. Not that Galebug is real, but I think the Galebug he uses is real as well. Yeah, it's harder to explain if she makes a face like that. No, forgetting that, why did I think that? It's just that all the things she used were no phantasmas. I can feel that. Is it because I used projection against Berserker? I could tell they were the real no phantasma just by looking at them. Conceptual trials in superior weapons, and something is missing from weapons that merely imitate them in shape. I realized that when I imitated Saber's swords. By that argument, I think all the no phantasmas he used were perfect. Well, putting what Shiro said aside, as we do not know his true identity as object is next. Tosaka sneaks a glance at Saber. We already know he's after the Holy Grail, but there's one other point I'm curious about. Can I ask you directly, Saber? Man, why does you put on an evil smile when it comes to this subject? What do you mean, Rin? You don't need to hold back if you wish to ask me something. Really, then I'll ask away. What do you think of him? From the way he spoke, it seemed like he really has the hots for you. I'm not following Tosaka's lead, but I sneak a glance at Saber. Tosaka is saying it's wrong, but it's true that he was attached to Saber. No, it wasn't that nice. He saw Saber as his and only his. I do not care what he thinks about, but I remember that he did propose marriage to me in the last war. Naturally, I deflected it with my sword. Marriage, you mean? What? What is this servant thinking? No servants disappear after the war. Seems kinda weird. Well, I don't know if you should be happy in this case, but you don't feel too bad about it, right? You must be happy as a woman to be proposed to even after you became a servant. That is not true. I have no such freedom to begin with. My code is only the Holy Grail. Honestly, such nonsense irritates me. Really, even if you feel that way, he was pretty into you. His type doesn't care how much they get rejected. You're stubborn too, so he might be a good match for you. I don't know what's so funny, but Tosaka's words are irresponsible. Tosaka seems to be happy to be talking to Saber about this kind of thing. Saber seems to have no interest, but I'm telling you I have no interest in such a thing. He is certainly a superior, heroic spirit, but his way of thinking is too different from mine. Saber answers honestly. Oh, did you hear that, Shiro? Saber has no interest in men. Are you relieved? Rin, I believe that this is of no concern of Shiro. Saber is a little strange. I would think so. That was a mistake on my part, but the strange thing is the funny part. Tosaka laughs evilly. Her eyes seem to be laughing not only at Saber but at me as well. Okay. It irritates me for some reason and I stand up. Where are you going, Shiro? Tea, I'm thirsty. I'll get some for everyone while I'm at it. I spit that out and go to the kitchen. I don't know why, but I'm irritated, so I think I'll prepare extra bit of tea for Tosaka. Okay. Then I'll go back to my room. Let's have the complicated talk tomorrow after Ilya wakes up. After missing a lot with Sabers, and she drinks a bit of tea and stands up. Yeah, go to sleep and don't come back. Yeah, I'll leave the rest of you then. I don't know what's so funny, but Tosaka leaves in a good mood. Okay. What are you going to do, Shiro? You should not push yourself even if your wounds have healed. So I think you should rest for tonight. Yeah, that's my plan, but I'll watch over Ilya for a bit longer. I'll move her to her room if there doesn't seem to be any problems, and I'll go to bed after that. I see, then I shall accompany you. Okay. Our conversation ends there. It gets really awkward once it's quiet. As Tosaka was a loud one, no, awkward isn't the right word. There are things I'm worried about, things I need to say, so my mind is impatient. Come to think of it, what I want to tell her is all a mess, about the Holy Grail or about her still being alive. Even if she doesn't obtain the Holy Grail, there's no salvation for the girl called, Atura. I don't even need to say why. She has no wish for saving herself even now. Saber, about what we discussed before. Her eyes meet. Her awkward eyes seem to know what I'm gonna say. Yes, what is it, Shiro? She tries to block my question with a calm voice, but I have to tell her. About what we were saying earlier, Tosaka said it too. Some stated if they obtain the Holy Grail, then... No, I have no intention of staying here. I will return to my original time once I obtain the Holy Grail, and you're going to redo the selection of the king. You're going to start everything over and not save yourself on the verge of death. But it is the duty of a king to protect the country. My power were not enough, so I must at least select an appropriate king in my place. She asserts it as if she has nothing to do with her. Her words really make me angry. You idiot, wake up. The duty of the king doesn't matter. You're here, so you should, do what you want to do now. You're strong, right? Then Princess Belle quickly obtained the Holy Grail and quit being a servant. If you have a wish, don't go to the past and redo everything. If you want to change yourself, don't change the past, but change who you are now. Saber doesn't answer. She gives a small sigh. You're, obstinate, Shiro. I want you to stop bringing this up. She finally rejects my opinion. Okay. And it is not as if one can stay for one obtains the Holy Grail. After that, servant does not remain in this time because of the Holy Grail. It is impossible for anyone to obtain the Holy Grail in the last war. Say, but what does that mean? It is impossible to obtain what doesn't exist. On that day when the tower was in flames, the Holy Grail was destroyed by the master who betrayed me, Emiya Kirisugu. Emiya Kirisugu? My vision closes in. I hold my body steady with my hands as if it's about to fall. Emiya Kyosugu? Yes, he was my master 10 years ago in the previous Holy Grail War. I won to the end, and the Holy Grail came into Kyosugu's hands. Archer and his master still remained, so the Holy Grail War should have ended by their defeat. But Kyosugu threw the Holy Grail away, and as a result the town went into flames. That man ordered me to destroy the Holy Grail because servants are the only ones that can touch the Holy Grail. Kyosugu used his command spell to force me to destroy the Holy Grail. So I cannot stay in this world once the Holy Grail disappears. Kyosugu did not try to keep me here either. My memory ends there. I could not ask him about the betrayal nor settle my match against Archer. Well, it's not like I never thought about it. Father was a major, so he lived in this town all his life. He must have been involved in the Holy Grail War, but still. Why didn't you tell me that my father was a Master Saber? Usually a servant does not hold memories of previous summonings. The same hero will not be summoned as a servant again. I'm an exception to this rule, so I believe I should not mention this fact to you, Shiro. And I do not wish to tell you that what kind of master Kyosugu was. Why wouldn't you want to tell me? Shiro, as you have seen my past in your dreams, I also saw your past. I was surprised by your past, but I could not believe how much Kyosugu has changed. Emiya Kyosugu is a great person in your memories, but he is not like that in my memories. To state it simply, he was a typical magus. He was only interested in his objectives, and he eliminated everything in his way. I could not see any human emotion in him. He only spoke to me 3 times during the whole war. I do not think I need to tell you when he spoke to me. He was not cruel nor a born killer, but he did not have anything that you could call emotion. Just as he treated me as only a tool, he treated only himself as an object. Kyosuke killed every emotion, killed every enemy. I do not know what he believed in to make him do so, but he ordered me to destroy the Holy Grail when it was right in front of him. To be honest, I have never cursed the command spell or a master who has betrayed me more than I did at that time. There's some truth in Saber's words. And that's kind of reminiscent of Saber's story with the Holy Sword. What was it called? The Stone of It? Or was it Excalibur? No, they must all be true. Come to think of it, I don't know what Kyosuke was like before that time 10 years ago. I couldn't guess anything about him before that time, and I saw no need to learn about such a things. It doesn't change a thing about even if Kyosuke was cold-hearted. The man that adopted me was very childlike, so my memories is my only truth. Gate. But what hurts my heart is, if Kyosuke was a cold person, his last moments were just too empty. I see, maybe I was able to summon you because I'm his son. I do not know, Kyosuke summoned me in a legitimate way. As Kyosuke's apprentice as a master was high, he was hired by a mage's family with a long history and entered the Holy Grail War. I heard that everything he needed to become a master was provided by that family. They had excavated King Arthur's artifact from Cornwall and gave it to Kyosuke to use in the Holy Grail War. Kyosuke used it as a catalyst to summon me. Though Kyosuke himself does not have any factor to summon me, nor his attributes close to mine. He probably summoned me because of some other factor. I get it. It's not too surprising that father used to be a master. What's surprising is that his servant was King Arthur, the one standing in front of me right now. One more thing, Saber said that the Holy Grail was destroyed. Then isn't this war completely meaningless? I don't get it. You already know there's no Holy Grail anymore, so why did you decide to take part in this ridiculous battle? I certainly do not know if the Holy Grail actually exists, but it would be strange for there to be no Holy Grail if I am summoned. Have you forgotten, Shiro? I became a servant to obtain the Holy Grail. To put in other words, I will not be summoned unless the Holy Grail is present. Ah, well then, the Holy Grail can restore itself even if it is destroyed? Now, the Holy Grail is not something easily replaced. It would be impossible for a destroyed Holy Grail to be restored then. But it should still exist. Servants are summoned since they are drawn to the Holy Grail. Servants would not exist if there is no Holy Grail. As priest said so as well. Priests owe him, the supervisor of the Holy Grail, who are living at the church. That man that manages the Holy Grail must be able to answer all my questions. The end of the previous Holy Grail War, what happened to destroy the Holy Grail to the seventh archer, and yes, what did Kyosuke see at the end of the battle to make him destroy the Holy Grail? Huh. I wake up alone. Even though she has recovered, Saber has to sleep periodically. She went to bed right after that, and I went to bed too to relieve Saber. That was an hour ago. It's past midnight. I'll be able to sneak out without Sable to Sokka finding out now. Are you going back to the shed? Maybe. Oh? I go out without making a sound. I thought about using the bicycle, but it'll be a problem if I wake them up by doing so. I guess I'll walk there. Are you going to the church? Okay. There's no one around. Even if it's midnight, the silence is abnormal. The air is frozen and I can't sense any life from any of the other buildings. On the other hand, I feel a contradictory heat under the road, as if there's a whirlwind of something in black. Has something happened to this town in the few days I was held at Ilia's place? It feels like ill omens are everywhere. It's not just me. I look up at the mountain in the distance. The Vido temple, which is far away from the city, just looks like a black lump from here. It's just that it seems like it's swapping along with the night wind. Weird. I went to the church, okay? I crossed the dark river and walked to Shinto. That's right, it's already been 10 days since then. That night I first met Saber and walked on the bridge with Tosaka. Seems like so long ago. I see the church. I've been to the church, even though I told Tosaka that I do not have a connection to the church. I was supposed to be entrusted to the church and adopted somewhere later. The Emir house, or the church, come to think of it, it was a huge turning point 10 years ago. All the children of the hospital were orphans and they were all temporarily entrusted to the church. I was the only one of them adopted from the hospital. That must be why. I felt kind of guilty and unconsciously avoided the church. That's why I told Tosaka it was my first time visiting the church on that night 11 years ago. 11 days ago, not years. The lights in the church are still on. I do not like the priest, but there's something I need to ask him. Well, let's go. Or why are you asking me at night? I take a deep breath and go through the heavy doors. Is he even here? Priest, Kotamin, are you here? I keep on walking while I call out. I can't sense anyone in the chapel. Even though the lights are on, it's so big and quiet that I feel more afraid than I would in complete darkness. Hey, is anyone here? There's no reply. I can't go in any further, so maybe I should just give up and go home for tonight. I instantly turn around towards the sound. Ghost Emmy Ashir, what are you doing here at this time? The sudden encounter leaves me speechless. It is late, I was going to sleep, but your expression suggests that you seek confession here. Confession of what? Kotamin says so and returns to the door he emerged from. Oh no, I had something I wanted to ask you. I know I will not turn away anyone, even if they come at odd hours. So saying, Kotamin opens the door to the back of the chapel. I don't trust this guy still, but whatever. Follow me, I'm sure it has to do with the Holy Grail War. I cannot have us talk about such bloody subjects here. Kotamin disappears into the back without waiting for my reply. I've come this far, so I can't go back empty-handed. I renew my determination not to be intimidated by Kotamin and follow him. Okay. Well, the outside was brilliant, but the inside is exquisite as well. Is this a courtyard? There's a park and a passageway that seems too elegant for Kotamin to live alone. What are you doing? Come here if you have something to talk about. The priest turns yet another corner. Damn, he really doesn't want to wait. I follow him complaining. The church is like a small maze, so I have to follow him obediently. Am I gonna be kidnapped again? It's a modest room made of stone. This inelegant room seems to be Kotamin's. Unfortunately, I have alcohol. I have nothing to welcome you with, but forgive me. Kotamin says so while sitting down. Is this a faint smell of wine? You must really like it if the smell is lingering in this room. What? Did you not have something to talk about? It is bothersome if you stand there dumbfounded. I'm not dumbfounded, I was just surprised by this room and I'll go home right after once I'm done with my business. Good, I do not have enough leisure time to socialize with children either. Keep your questions concise. As expressions, I hate this guy. Feels like he can read my mind and I feel intimidated when I talk to him. So, what does he want to talk about, Miyashiro? I believe I have already told you everything I can. Don't lie, you must have known about it. My father was Saber's master and he destroyed the Holy Grail. You're the supervisor that manages the Holy Grail, so you must. Oh, did Saber say that? Yeah, I heard that's how the previous Holy Grail War ended. This priest sinks into silence as if pondering. It is unusual for someone to retain their previous memories. Maybe Saber is a failure, or Saber herself is abnormal. Either way, you cannot claim she is a normal servant. Heroic spirits do not retain memories. There would be a contradiction if they did, since they are summoned in many ages, the past, present, and future. All they have are memories from when they were alive. Anything that happens to them after they become a heroic spirit should not remain in their memory. The priest ponders as if he must not ascertain to the fact. I say, he doesn't know that Saber isn't a complete heroic spirit yet, so he's having trouble understanding. No, that's wrong. It seems that Saber's circumstances are different from the other servants. Different circumstances? I see, so that must be why you came here. Alright, go ahead. I don't like his haughty attitude, but this is no time to oppose him. I don't like it, but this priest must give me some answers. It seems Saber isn't dead yet. She still hasn't completed the contract to become a heroic spirit. Something like she wishes for the Holy Grail on the verge of death, and she agreed to become a heroic spirit as a price for obtaining it. She isn't dead yet, so she won't die until she obtains the Holy Grail, and said she'll become a complete servant once she does so. Not dead? Then that means Saber is still in the cycle of rebirth, so she is not removed from the concept of time like other heroic spirits. Right, I think that's it. Sasaka said Saber's frozen in time by herself. I see, so rather than disappearing after she accomplished something, she continues to be summoned as a heroic spirit until she obtains the Holy Grail. But the Holy Grail has not yet been obtained, so she returns to her deathbed every time she falls, and she has been summoned into this time as well, bearing all her previous memories. To obtain the Holy Grail in order to die. I don't understand, heroes. And even if she does obtain it, all that is left for us is to be summoned as a servant. That's right, even if she does obtain the Holy Grail and grants her wish, she'll just become like the other servants, right? I don't like that. Anyways, what about what are servants? They say it's making heroes your familiars, but can that even be possible? Can that be possible for a contradictory hero like Saber? I do not understand the system. Eternal continuation of the soul. The servant system is constructed by imitating the secret process. Only diversers would know about this. Eternal continuation of the soul. Why did you tell him all of this anyway? No, that is just the past. It has nothing to do with this matter, so forget about it. She just asked about Archer. So Emi Ashira, you asked, saying that you want her to stop being a servant, correct? Did he guess right? I certainly think Saber's situation is strange. It is fine that she wants to obtain the Holy Grail, but all that's waits her is her elimination. If a king other than King Arthur is chosen and King Arthur is no more, I think it's wrong for her to be summoned as the hero King Arthur after that. So if she can stop being a servant and live a normal life as a human being, that is impossible. Dead people will not come back to life. Even if her time is stopped, Saber is already dead for us. The power of the Holy Grail summoned her into this time because she accepted the price of becoming a heroic spirit. If she does not seek the Holy Grail, she will not be summoned as a servant. And as long as she seeks the Holy Grail, she'll become a complete servant sooner or later. Even if she fails this time, she has infinite chances. Since Saber is still in the loop of time, she cannot be in two chances. She cannot be in two chances to obtain the Holy Grail at once, and she cannot redo a chance she has already failed. She'll fail a chance she has already failed no matter how many times she retries. Only once she experiences the results, she will not be able to change it. But still, it should not matter. It should be a matter of time before she obtains the Holy Grail. This is not the only opportunity for her. Trials to obtain the Holy Grail exist in all ages. If she continues to challenge each one, she will obtain the Holy Grail. From the beginning, she is being summoned as a heroic spirit because she obtains the Holy Grail as a result. Can we talk about Archer? Why are we talking about this? There's no way to stop her from becoming a servant. I thought so. As long as Saber seeks the Holy Grail, there's no way to stop her from being a servant. After all, she'll continue like this until Saber herself decides to use the Holy Grail for her own sake. Even if this Holy Grail war ends and there's no need to fight anymore, she will go to the next chance to get the Holy Grail if she cannot obtain it this time. Once she obtains it, she'll become the heroic spirit thing and be sent out to many ages. Then she'll continue to be a servant whenever she obtains the Holy Grail or not. But that is not the case. If the Holy Grail is truly omniscient, I might be able to save Saber. Huh? But you just said it was impossible. It is impossible to stop Slave from becoming a servant. But your wish is for her to stay in this world, is it not? And it's not that difficult. You are to be able to keep her as a human even after the Holy Grail will end, although she will return once she dies. How do you know that? The whole experience and servants are, spirituous. Not only what is summoned that the Holy Spirit does not have a mind, it is summoned as a tool to meet an objective and disappears. But servants are different. They are true bodies summoned by the Holy Grail, so they can live as humans just by keeping them in this world. You can do such a thing? Saber said she disappears when the Holy Grail was destroyed. The Holy Grail was destroyed. Isn't it true that servants can't do anything if the Holy Grail is gone? Of course, the Holy Grail merely summons these servants, and it's the role of the Master to maintain them after that. But that is impossible only because the Holy Grail is aiding the Master. The magical energy of the mages is not enough to maintain a servant. If one does not have a donor called the Holy Grail, their servant will disappear. I do so then. No, if you don't have enough, all you need to do is compensate for that. For servants, furnishing magical energy is only an act of compensation. It is their true nature to consume souls. If their existence starts to fade, it can be replenished by using other souls. What? Does that mean attacking random people like Shinji did? Don't be ridiculous, I can't do such a thing. First of all, Saber wouldn't want to stay if she had to go that far. I see, then. You would have to use the contents of the Holy Grail. It is simple. Once Saber should live as human, have her consume the Holy Grail. He must have predicted it. He must have predicted my response. The priest's expressions tell me he was waiting to reach his conclusion from the beginning. You mean have the Holy Grail grant my wish? No, it has nothing to do with your wish. It is the contents of the Holy Grail itself. Did you not hear from Rin? Someone are able to start a second life by drinking the water of the Holy Grail. That only means that they have become a familiar summoned in this age. Their body will still be out of a servant, but they will be able to live in this world as long as their master is alive. But that means that hasn't solved anything. Even if she can stay in this world, it's meaningless if she's still a servant. She can't exist without magical energy from her master. And even if she stays in a world like this, she returns to that hell after she dies. Saber wouldn't do it. She's interested in a second life, and she said she's going to use the Holy Grail for another purpose. Oh, but first of all, the key to everything is the Holy Grail. Does it mean it still exists in this world? I get it. That just means I have to obtain the Holy Grail, right? But if the Holy Grail exists, my father destroyed it then. Then what? If there's no Holy Grail, then there's no reason to fight. This ridiculous fight is pointless. You have no reason to fight her, then why do you say that now? You have no reason to fight. You had no reason to fight from the very beginning. And you say so if time freezes. No reason to fight? That's what the priest told me before. At that time, I just became a master and I didn't have much reason to fight. That's why I ignored it and I thought it was just sarcasm. But what's now? I have a reason to fight. If there's a Holy Grail, I want to end this by giving it to Saber. I have a reason to fight. I have a reason to fight. So why does his words make my body shake so much that I want to vomit? We'll forget all about that for now. It's not the time to open up your wounds. I hear a voice I don't want to hear. But it makes my mysterious nausea stop. There's a Holy Grail. The Holy Grail is only a vessel anyways. If it goes away, the Prepper will prepare another one. The Prepper will prepare another one? Is the Holy Grail that easy to make? Just making the Holy Vessel is. Of course one needs an appropriate skill, but the Holy Grail could not come to be without such a skill. First of all, the Holy Grail is not a cup that receives the blood of God. It was based on a magical pot passed down from ancient times. You should know about it if you are mages. Utopia means an unreachable place in Greek. It is said that an omnipotent vessel exists there, and there were magi try to reproduce this omnipotent vessel. There were the three families, Ensburn, Makira, and Tosaka. They spent many generations researching the ritual to reproduce the omnipotent vessel and completed it 200 years ago. That was the first Holy Grail War, the ritual that summoned the omnipotent vessel to the artificial Holy Grail to open up the path. What is a Makira? Because I know these two. Ensburn, you mean Ilia's family? Yes, the Ensburn specialized in the legend of Das Vigeland. They were the best suited to make the imitation of the Holy Grail, but they cannot summon the Holy Grail with just that. They need a suitable land and a strong curse. The ones that provide these were just the Sasaka and the Makiri. At the time, the church and the Magical Association were in the middle of a bloody war. A far eastern land was chosen as the place for the ritual. Ensbert must have invited Sasaka in because Sasaka was in charge of the land around here, and the master was a master of summoning. For Ensbert, the summoning of the Holy Grail would be impossible without the help of Tosaka, but betrayal could easily occur with the two families involved. They must have thought three should be involved, as they also brought in the Makiri family. The Makiris are a family with history as well. They were the family most skilled with familiars. It was they that came up with the command spell to bind the servants, and they worked together to summon the Holy Grail, but when they succeeded, what came after was bloody killing. The first summoning of the Holy Grail ended while they were busy killing each other. A generation passed, and they made rules called the Holy Grail War, and went back to cooperation, at least in form. Tosaka provided this land and the system to mold the servant, and Mikiri provided this command spell to bind these servants, and Enben provided the vessels for this Holy Grail to dwell in. This is a cooperation they decided on. The priests continue happily as if something pleases him, but I see, they say the Holy Grail is a ritual, but Ilia's family was the original proposer. It was the Enbens that prepared the Holy Grail. As they were betrayed by Kisurugu last time, they have thrown in their largest trump card. The daughter of Ensbens probably holds the Holy Grail. Ilia has the Holy Grail. That's weird. I don't think she has anything with her. Well, are you happy now? I do not know what troubles you, but the only way to solve it is to use the Holy Grail. Now that you know, go home. The battle is not over yet. You are crazy to be walking around without a saber by your side. It's none of your business. I know this is a Lancemancer. Hold on. There's one more thing I need to ask him. Kotimin, summons will disappear once the Holy Grail disappears. That's what you said, right? Yes, do you have a problem with that? I do. I don't know who it is, but there is an 8th servant according to Saber. He has remained in this war since the previous war. What? It must have been a surprise. Kotimin's eyes opens his eyes and mutters in disbelief. What's going on? I came here since I thought you would know. So, you are saying there is a servant that did not disappear? It is not that strange. The previous war ended with Saber destroying the Holy Grail. So in other words, there was still another servant left. Saber disappeared by your own will, but if a servant wishes to stay, then the answer is simple. He must have acquired the magical energy he needed by feeding on souls and lived these past 10 years. It's ridiculous. His presence was absurd. You or my father certainly would have noticed if that thing had been around for 10 years. I know, someone was probably hiding him, the servant's master or what? A magus who knew about the Holy Grail War but did not become a master. I know one such person, but that is impossible as well. The old Makiri has already retired. Kotomino must be satisfied as he gets up from the sofa. This is it. I cannot let this be as a supervisor. I shall investigate that servant. You should concentrate on your remaining battle with Lancer. Maybe you're hiding him. Kotomin walks to the exit as if there's nothing more to talk about. Well, there's certainly nothing more to be gained from being here. I leave the dark room and follow Kotomin, who leads me to the exit silently. Okay. I leave the church behind me. Saber will die once she obtains the Holy Grail, you know. What that means, don't you, Emiyashiro? The priest asks as if confirming it. The priest is looking down at me from the doorway. Saber will die if she obtains the Holy Grail. I already know that. Saber's goal is to obtain the Holy Grail, and she doesn't want the Holy Grail's power. Once she obtains the Holy Grail, nothing will bind her. Didn't she technically obtain it when she was told to destroy it? She will be freed from a situation, frozen on the verge of death, and she'll die an unrewarded death on that hill. What's wrong? You're not the type to give that kind of warning, are you? I was just happy that you are supporting Saber. I am warning you out of kindness. Saber will disappear once she obtains the Holy Grail. If you wish to be with her, you should give up the Holy Grail War. That's even more of a contradiction. I won't be able to keep Saber here if I don't have the Holy Grail. You do not need to rely on the Holy Grail. It's just like that servant we were talking about. If you want to keep Saber, all you have to do is feed her souls. Don't play with me. I can't do that. I glare at the priest. I see, that is too bad. He must not care about my glare as the priest is laughing. Then your only hope is is the contents of the Holy Grail. Even if your servant does not wish it, all you have to do is keep one command spell. Your wish will be granted that way. The priest is saying that it doesn't matter if even a servant doesn't want it. That if I am his master, I can just force Saber to drink using the power of the command spell. Oh, did I offend you? Don't declare it to be so much, that was just a warning. Well, you could also respect Saber's choice, it is her life. We have no right to say anything about it. I shall investigate that servant tomorrow. Come here again if you feel like it. The door to the church never closes. The door to the church closes. Okay. Looking up at the church, I grit my teeth, telling myself that I will never come here again. Alright. Ilya has it. Across the Moonlight Bridge. This is the place where I walked with Saber. The time I was just looking at the scenery, not thinking about anything. About the bridge, the bridge's structure. She will die if she obtains the Holy Grail. You know what that means, Area Shiro. It's very narrow bridge, I don't know. I know what I'm telling me. It goes down at the end. But why is everything so complicated? Saber must not obtain the Holy Grail. But it's the only thing that can save her. The Holy Grail? If you wish to be with her, you should give up the Holy Grail. If you want to keep Saber, all you should just keep feeding her souls. I can't do that, even if I accept that Saber wouldn't. She would rather disappear than do such a thing. She would disappear and repeat this kind of war. Then keep one command spell, that's where your wish shall be granted. Damn it, shut up you shitty priest. I stop and punch the rail as if shaking off the command spell. I already punched the rails. What did the rails do? A hot steel sound echoes through the night. That's the only sound around here. There's no people, no cars around. Now why am I thinking about it? Why is this city so quiet? I lean on the rail and spit it out. I know I should just ignore Kotimin's opinion, but his words has a charm that makes you unable to ignore them. What I want to do and what was I trying to fight for? There's like a bridge here as well. Shouldn't there be some sort of cars going through past there or something? At first it was the end of the Holy Grail War. When did that purpose fade away and become secondary? When was it that I was abstained about fighting by myself? Was it when I started to cooperate with Saber after I realized how powerless I was? Or is it from that time I made the sword for her that night in the ruins? I'm just trying to just see myself with all that. I don't even need to think about it. Back then, when I met her in the moonlight, that she had in my mind was already made up. What? But that would have been fine if I hadn't found out because of the dream. This probably would have ended before I knew it. Huh. But I found out I couldn't leave her alone and decided I didn't want to lose her. I want to stay like this. I want to keep watching her smile. Okay. Ow. The girl watching the sunset alone on that hill of swords. My chest hurts thinking about it. She never had time that was her own. I just didn't like that. Kyosuke said we shouldn't let girls cry. I think a smiling face is much better than a crying one. That's why I was irritated when Saber wasn't smiling. But when I told her to smile, she said that it was better if she saw me smiling. It's like seeing stars through a telescope that you could never reach. Damn it, why are you damning? The stars? I look over the night sky. Are the stars when my hand will never reach drip? Drip? What's dripping? Noticeable tears falls down my cheek. Oh, okay. Do you like stars a lot? I like her. The stars? I say to no one. I don't know how dull I am, I have to admit it. There's nothing I can do about it. I like her so much that I cry for no reason. I like her so much that you go without her constantly and constantly put yourself in danger for no reason. Soft Tosaka. Welcome back, you're pretty late. And then, Tosaka's standing in the doorway. Tosaka, why are you? Let's talk inside, come in. You seem tired. Just no, let's go to sleep. Tosaka takes me over without asking me and starts to walk. Now we're talking, okay. That takes me to a room. Here's some tea, it must have been cold outside. She says so bluntly, but she's thoughtful. Yeah, thanks. Honestly, I appreciate the hot tea. It's about an hour to the neighboring town. As I walk slowly, my body's freezing cold. So, did you go to Kiri's place? You asked me directly. I see sort of talk on you all along, but she didn't stop me. She just waited for me to come home prepared to me some tea. I made up my mind and appreciate Tosaka's thoughtfulness. That must be why. Yeah, I did. I did something had something I wanted to ask him. I replied honestly, not hiding anything. I say, I won't ask you what you went to do. That's fine with you, right? There wasn't anything too useful either. I just confirmed the situation. I see, but I'm surprised that Saber isn't a complete servant yet. It's like a bad joke that the strongest servant is the least complete. Yet Saber shouldn't have become a servant. I nod. That's a surprise. Maybe you and Archer could have gone along. He said the same thing you did. Archer, you mean? Yeah, Archer said he regrets it. So he doesn't want Saber to experience the same thing. Why would he worry about Saber? Did he hate her? That's true, but I think he might have been a knight with some connection to Saber. He was obviously going easy when he first fought Saber, right? I suspected it after that. Really? But it didn't seem like Saber recognized him. Is that so? But Saber was the king, right? So she couldn't have known all her people, and there's also the possibility that she's forgotten him. Hey now, we'll never get her away if she starts saying things like that. If she sees him and doesn't recognize him, I think that means she doesn't know him. That might not be true. According to the legend, there were many knights that chased out of Camelot. He might have been one of them. If he was hiding his identity because of Saber, that would make sense. Tosaka's activity Tosaka's actively talking to me. Is she trying to care for me? I don't think it's having much of an effect, but she's a nice girl. She's usually merciless, but she tries to help even when they're weakened. Cool, I guess. And so we drink some tea for a while. She must have run out of patience as she looks at me seriously. So what do you want to do, Shiro? I'll go on a date tomorrow. I can't think of anything else and I already decided, so on my way home. And then, a date where? Where did that solemn atmosphere go after making a rude face to Saka? Haha, burst into laughter. Hold on, I wasn't ready for that. That's great, that's so amazingly selfish, Shiro. Damn, now that I think about it calmly, I should have known this was gonna happen. I'm such an idiot. Shut up, what's wrong with being savage? I know this isn't right, but I won't let you interfere. No, Shiro, you're too funny. Osaka hits my back holding her stomach. It's over. Gah. Could this be the worst treatment I've taken so far? Hahaha, oh, I'm laughing my heart out. You say so, I guess. She tries to catch her breath. That's good for you. It's not funny at all for me. I complain then. Do your best on your date. I like you guys. Osaka says so, her attitude completely changed. Yeah, I will. I managed to reply. That was a real surprise attack. She says that kind of thing with that kind of expression. All I can do is nod. Okay. Hallway. I return to my room. Saber's still asleep, and the mansion is quiet like nothing has happened. Sounds. It was raining today, but what would the weather be like tomorrow? Looking at the moving clouds, I slip out of character and wish for it to be sunny tomorrow. Why? Moonlight. Okay. Alright then. Yeah, okay, I guess. Moonlight.